action first on Benny Chen, restaurant manager from Canada.
Benny broke into the poker scene by winning the Millionaire Maker at the World Series of Poker in 2014.
Well, he has raised it. Ian Boujenah goes out. Mike Sexton also going out. And now Emma.
Emma finds King 10 suited on the button here. And looks like she's reaching for raising chips. I'm a little surprised by that, Vince. A lot of players like to call in position with suited Broadway hands, but Emma wants to play for more.
Jake Schwartz going out. Now Nadir. He's a businessman from Toronto. Folding. Back on Benny.
Benny's in a difficult spot here. Small pairs are awkward to begin with, and especially facing re-raises out of position. And he does make the fold to Emma, so I think that's a good disciplined fold there, and Emma setting the tone at our final table right away.
Emma Zajmovic from Canada has a master's in political communication. What a tough player. Takes down hand number one. Now we move on. Ian Boujenah from France, nicknamed Face, first to act here. He'll fold to King 3. Mike Sexton also going away.
Ilan spent a summer sleeping on the couch in our house in Las Vegas.
Really?
Got to know him a couple of years ago back then.
Must really know the man.
Oh yeah, used to make him breakfast. Jake on the button with Jack 10. He's gonna limp.
Into Nadir, who picks up Ace Jack. Nadir's a businessman out of Canada, married with 3 children.
All in.
He's gonna push all in.
Nadir, one of our short stacks here, rips it in.
Shoving possibly at the right time. Benny going out and back on Jake Schwartz. Can't take the heat. Nadir is gonna take this one down. Born in Congo.
Interesting backstory for Nadir. Picked up poker while he was living in Hungary.
Biggest cash ever before this for Nadir was only $25,000. And actually, a friend convinced Nadir to play a satellite to get in this tournament. He did so. Now he's at the final table.
All my friends are in the booth, and 2 of them are running late.
Quick fold by Emma. Now Jake Schwartz with a Queen 9.
All my friends are working here.
This might as well be home court advantage for you.
Now, Mike Sexton always has home court advantage on the World Poker Tour.
Round the horn to Benny Chen.
It's like playing away, you know? It's like playing at a Staples Center against the Clippers or something.
With just a 9-3. What's he up to here?
Benny apparently thinks that Mike and Ilan don't defend their blinds wide enough because he's raising 9-3 offsuit here on the button.
Ilan goes out, and now Mike Sexton, Ace-4 diamonds, makes the call. So Mike Sexton involved in his first pot here at the final table. Let's see what happens.
Ace for Mike on the flop. Not much here for Benny.
And Mike checks the aces. Benny with zip, and Pip is going to make the continuation bet, just walking right into Mike Sexton.
Benny's going to fire once here, and I assume he would shut down on later streets, but Mike not going to give him a chance to get there. He's going to raise his flop.
Nice hand.
Interesting raise by Mike, but Benny's forced to fold, and Mike's going to take that one down.
Can't push around Mike. Jake Schwartz from Fort Lauderdale, tough professional, folds his hand. Nadir Lalji goes out as well. Now Benny Chen, the restaurant man from Canada, also folding.
Ilan out on the button. Over to Mike Sexton with pocket 5s in the small blind.
Yeah, Mike picking up a little pair, and he makes a raise total of 190 into Emma.
Emma, Jack 6 of spades here in position. Definitely going to a flop, so heads up between our 2 chip leaders.
Here's the flop, and it's a King 4-3, all spades. Emma has hit the flush.
Wow, this flop is all Emma, and it's actually not bad for Mike, so he's gonna make a bet here of 200,000. And Emma, of course, not going anywhere.
Just calling, gonna string him along, going to the turn, 9 of clubs, just great for Emma. Don't do it, Mike. Don't fire another bullet. No!
Ooh,
he's doing it.
Mike gonna fire out 350 here, and now Emma.
Oh, she's going to drama school.
put on a little performance here. Ooh, woe is me. What am I going to do with my hand? I'm going to raise. 760 to go from Emma Zajmovic.
Mike is getting the feeling. He knows now he's behind. Well, he's pretending like he's gonna call. We know better.
Good fold by Mike there.
Emma Zajmovic taking down the pot, picking up a flush.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Yeah, Emma, a regular here at Playground Poker Club up in Montreal.
Nadir going out, and now Benny Chen, always aggressive, has picked up a pair of fours. Seems like he likes his hand. Yep, he'll raise it to 160. But right behind him, Ilan has a pair of nines.
Ilan gonna eye Benny's stack. And Benny doesn't have that many chips here, so it looks like Ilan is gonna re-raise and try and get their stacks in the middle.
He makes it 410 total, but look at this right behind him. Mike Sexton with a big pair of kings.
Gonna bump it up to over 1.1 million.
Not gonna play slow. And now Emma's got a pair of eights, but can't do it. Jake Schwartz with a suited connector, but you gotta get away.
I fold.
Benny goes out. Ilan ejects his hand.
Just immediately folds. So Mike, with the cold 4-bet and pocket kings, is gonna take down that pot.
We believe in you.
Yeah, Ilan only had about 23 or 24 blinds to start the hand.
Mike Sexton maybe didn't get the value out of those kings, but he said, I'll take that pot. I don't want anybody hitting on me.
Not 6-5 suited, too much equity. Not crush enough.
Ilan now going to look at a pair of sixes.
Back-to-back pairs for Ilan.
Ilan's 28 years old, grew up in France. They nicknamed him Face. Well, he has raised it, and now Mike going out. Emma with ace-3 is going to re-raise.
Emma is relentless with her pre-flop aggression.
She is. Jake going out, Nadir now goes away. Benny Chen will look down. And a queen 7. Can't play that.
T'as enfin un tri Emma pour la première fois. T'as enfin un tri bet value contre moi. Ou tu vas encore une fois essayer de me mettre au test pour vérifier.
J'ai spasé quelques fois.
Ilan has really dropped his poker face here. Usually when people start talking.
That's an interesting one. Play this one.
Means they're not that strong unless they put you to a decision and then they start talking. But when the decision's on you and you're talking, it usually means you're not that strong.
All in.
And he's going to push all in.
Ilan, aware of the fact that Emma is really aggressive pre-flop, and he shows her a 6. He says, don't play with me.
She just tried to punt against me so bad. Trust me, there's more chickens than me in that world.
For sure, you have more balls than me.
Okay, listen, I'm not call mocking and I'm not folding. I will punt and bust.
Are you?
Yes. That's why I play cards.
Hey, Ilan.
Ilan's rail says, please settle, relax.
No, I just know what you have. It's quite easy.
You know, people from France are like, Emma, good luck, and bust Ilan, please. Like, even people that I don't know from France, they just ask me that. We'll see if I achieve that goal.
You're not in good shape if you say that.
I think I might propose to Emma after this.
Mike this time with ace-7 in first position. And he's going to raise to 160.
It's quite easy.
What?
It's quite easy.
To what?
I don't know. That's what he just said. I like that.
Over to Jake. Queen deuce not gonna play. Now with Nadir.
I said to my friend in Israel yesterday on the phone, I told him, I think that girl is gonna change approach against me tomorrow. And so I almost folded my hand, and then I was like, nah, she's not smart enough to this.
People don't change, you know? People don't change. They stay the
This
same.
is gonna be good.
Couple folds, but now Nadir with ace-4 will make this call. Benny Chen loves to mix it up, but not with an 8-6.
So I have one advice to give you. If you wanna like learn poker, don't ask like ballet dancer. Trust me, that's what I'm saying.
You guys should only be able to talk in English. Just because that makes it much more entertaining for the four
All
of
I
us.
said is if you want advice about poker, don't ask a dancer. That's all I said, pretty much. A dancer or like football player or whatever.
Touch the dancer.
And the flop is a king, 3 deuce. So the talkative man gets his kings. He checks, and Mike Sexton now with a 4 flush.
It's a little something for everyone on this board. Top pair for Ilan, gut shot for Nadir there, and Mike with the nut flush draw has made a bet, and Ilan just quickly folds. Wow.
Mike Sexton proving that old school can still be strong school.
I'm gonna try to make a flush.
Hand flush is a good card. It's a good hand.
Well, they're giving Mike Sexton a lot of respect at this final table. They don't want to mix it up with him. And we move on. Action this time on Emma. She's got a nothing hand. Won't play it. Jake Schwartz now. Jake this time with a king-queen. And he gets to play with a raise. 160 total. Everybody folding behind him so far. Mike Sexton.
I'll let you go this time.
Seems a little bit tight to be folding Jack 8 to a min raise.
I'll give you one pass there.
How generous.
Benny looks down at a pair of 8s.
160?
Well, Jake Schwartz can prove himself big time tonight if he should take down this title. I think he'll be changing your wording after that.
Yeah,
We'll see, huh?
make me eat my words.
Well, Benny's raised to 160, a few folds, and round to Jake. There's your man.
Gonna make the call here with ace-5 in the big blind. So heads up between a couple of our shorter stacks, and we go to a flop of 9-5 deuce. So this could be problematic for Jake.
Yeah, he's caught a piece of it. Pair of 5s he's going to check.
Benny in the lead here, gonna follow through with a bet. Jake with second pair, and a backdoor wheel draw. He's gonna make the call.
Benny says he wants to keep sharp at the table, never eats at the table. 10 of diamonds on the turn. No help for Schwartz. He's going to check again. And Benny also checking. Down to the river we go.
Ooh.
3 of a kind for Benny. Didn't need it, but he got it. Jake Schwartz. Nice check. Benny's lining up the chips, of course, with a set.
So now the question for Jake is, will he pay off on this river?
And he's going to bet 330.
I'd be mad if this is a set of 8s.
Called his hand.
Jake essentially saying, I think you either have a set or a bluff. Well, this isn't an easy decision for Jake. He knows that his hand looks like a 5, and that his opponent might try and bluff him off of that.
Don't call the guy's hand, know it, and then call it, Jake. Oh, but that's exactly what he's doing.
Called it.
Set of 8s.
And Jake is gonna pay off here against the hand that he called out.
A lot of pain there for Jake Schwartz, to the delight of Tony Dunst. And Benny Chen gonna take that one down.
Oh, pot A.
He called it. How strong is that?
I'll let you off this time, Jake. I think I called that river too.
6 players remain.
It's the amazing Kreskin here.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
He folds, and now Emma, she has picked a big slick ace-king of spades.
Emma taking a moment here before she reaches for raising chips.
And she will move it up to 180 total. Jake Schwartz with ace-3 gets out of the way. Nadir also folds. Benny Chen, the restaurant man, goes out. And now Ilan has an attractive ace-10 of diamonds.
Ilan doesn't have a ton of chips here. I'm a little surprised he didn't just go all in pre-flop.
Makes the call. Oh, and look at this flop. Ace-8-7. They both hit aces, and of course Emma out in front with ace-king.
He's in trouble now. There's a bunch of draws on this flop that Emma can put Ilan on as well, so hard to imagine that she doesn't get a bunch of his chips here.
She only bets 140 with the ace-king top pair.
Downsizing a little bit from her pre-flop raise, and Ilan, he's gonna check raise. Ilan making it 410,000 to go here. Emma getting exactly what she wanted. And Ilan really doesn't have many chips. He started his hand with about 20 blinds.
Does she put him in now? Just gonna call.
Yeah, I like this call, Vince. I think she can call here, and then if the turn's not a club, we can play for the rest. But Ilan doesn't have a ton behind.
Here we go. It's a 9 of hearts, but...
2 flush draws on the board now.
And he's open-ended, though.
All in.
And there he goes. He's all in. For about a pot-sized bet. And Emma has not said call yet. I'm confused.
The 9 is kind of a scary card. Straights, 2 pair.
Tu veux un petit coup de main? Tu veux appeler quelqu'un? Au téléphone peut-être?
And now he's gonna trash talk in French again.
Dommage, il a sauté bon en même temps. C'était pas un génie lui. Hein. Malheureusement.
And he thinks he's out in front now.
Ilan is dead certain he has the best
Yeah.
hand here. And if you told Ilan what Emma had here, he wouldn't believe it.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
She's laying this down.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's the rivalry between them, the French trash talking.
Something weird and psychological just happened there, Vince, because I don't understand why I'm folded.
Do you enjoy it with your stack?
I just enjoy when people give me chips and try to just like let their ego play. But that's, you know what's funny? Is that you look the exact way you play. You look like a woman want to bully men, and you play exactly that way. Be unpredictable. That's my advice for today.
I'm not sure whose ego is in play here, Vince, but I don't think it's Emma's.
Welcome to the final table, guys.
This experience is amazing.
This experience is amazing.
Emma's rolling with it.
Well
Maybe
put,
get some
Emma.
friends in Canada.
Moving on.
Yep.
A couple folds.
And you see Emma taking a hand off there. I think usually she would raise the button with 8-7, but sometimes you play a hand that leaves you asking questions and you decide to take one off.
All in.
Jake very short in the small blind. He's gonna go all in. Uh-oh. Nadir with ace-king, he will call immediately, and Jake is at risk.
Jake hasn't had many cards tonight at all. His third time at a final table on the World Poker Tour. He had a shove there. He's up against Nadir's ace-king. Let's go to the flop.
Ace-king-jack on the flop, and so Nadir hits top 2 pair. Jake now looking for a jack or running Broadway for a chop, but he is in bad shape here.
Dire straights going to the turn. Could Jake get extremely lucky? Deuce of diamonds not gonna be there for Jake.
Jake looking for one of the 2 remaining jacks in the deck. Otherwise, he is our 6th place finisher.
He's going for the 2 outer. Will he get it? Nope.
Check 10.
That's gonna do it for Jake.
So the first one to go is Jake Schwartz here in Montreal at the Playground Poker Club. He'll take home $81,000. A big effort by the man that's made 3 final tables on the WPT. Let's go talk to him.
I'm disappointed, but I've been more disappointed after busting other WPTs, so I'll live with this one.
The great Mike Sexton out in front with close to $6.5 million in chips.
Yeah, our blinds are up to 50,000, 100,000 with a 15K ante. Mike Sexton is putting some distance between himself and the rest of the field.
425,000 Canadian for the winner. Who will take it down?
Trying to get that sweet, sweet maple money. All right, Emma here with Jack 8 of spades. Going up to 225. And Nadir right behind her as King 10 suited. He's gonna call.
And now Benny Chen, the restaurant guy from Canada. doesn't play it. Ilan going out. Mike Sexton wants no part of it. We're going to see the flop, Jack 8 versus King 10. And the flop is a King 5 deuce. Great for Nadir.
Yeah, nice flop for Nadir, but it's also one that will make Emma bet. And she's going to go really small here, just 125.
Yeah, a little tickler.
I like her choice in sizing, though. I think Nadir is a guy who probably won't float very much on the flop. He's going to be pretty fit or fold, and this time he wants to raise it up with his top pair, so Emma finds out where she's at very cheap. Nadir will take down this pot.
Yeah, very happy. He's a businessman out of Toronto. Got this tournament through a satellite. A friend of his said, why don't you try it? Now he's got to love it.
Regardless of what happens today, Nadir will be the one with the best parlay, getting in on a satellite.
Fold by Ilan. Sexton, the chip leader, also won't play.
Over to Emma with 10-8 on the button.
She gets involved with a lot of hands, and once again, she's going to make a 200,000 with just a junk hand. 10-8, but Nadir with a pair of sevens. Smoothly calls.
Now with Benny in the big blind.
And he might want to speculate. Now that there's money in there, he's in the big blind with just a jack 3 of spades. Does so. So 3-handed poker. Here's the flop. It's a 7-9 deuce. All diamonds, but 3 of a kind for Nadir.
Set for Nadir on the flop. Open-ended draw for Emma. Nothing for Benny. And Emma gonna make another one of her patented small bets.
None of the players have a diamond in their hands. Nadir makes the smooth call again. Benny gets out of the way, going to the turn. Boom, another diamond.
Now that'll slow everyone down.
Yeah, Nadir's got to hate that. But Emma hates it more. She's going to check. They both check. River card is a deuce filling up Nadir.
Yeah, that's the one he was looking for. But he's not going to get any more money. 10 high for Emma.
And there's a bet 325. Emma can't compete, lays down the hand. So the non-professional Nadir Lalji, 57 years old, the businessman out of Toronto, taking down that pot.
He's having a ball.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
The antes are 15,000, blinds are 50 and 100. Action goes to the chip leader, Mike Sexton. He's got ace-queen.
Raising it up.
225. Emma goes out. Nadir, the local non-professional, also folding. Benny Chen, restaurant manager, also folding as well.
Ilan gonna make the call with 10-7.
Born in France, Ian Boujenah, 28 years old. And he mostly plays in Europe. And the flop is...
Well, 8-5-4 is a lot better for Ilan than Mike. Neither of them really connects here, but Ilan has a gut shot.
They go check, check. Mike surprisingly checking that. Turn card A9.
Yeah, I like that check from Mike there. He really doesn't have much here. Not many cards will be good for him to fire a second barrel on. That texture connects pretty well with Ilan's big blind range, so not surprised to see Mike check back. And now Ilan with an open-ended straight draw. He's going to make a pretty big bet here. He fires 415,000 out there. I don't really see how Mike can continue.
This is Mike's third final table on the World Poker Tour. His championship has eluded him, but he's going to make the fold here.
It's a well-played hand. I know that Ilan was technically behind, but there's not a lot Mike can do with just ace high on such a coordinated board.
I should have moved in on the flop, I guess.
Again, there is no way I'm folding that hand. At no point.
Okay.
Well, that's my kind of flop. You should know it.
Should have moved in on the flop, Mike. Instead, you guys are giggling and you lost. Moving on to Benny Chen, the restaurant manager from Prince Edward Island. He's got a bracelet to his name, and he's got a pair of aces.
That always feels good. Not only having pocket aces, but having them on a short stack when you so badly need the double up.
He says he never eats at the poker table while he's playing. He wants to stay sharp. Must be hungry. Ilan going out, Mike going out. And we move around to Emma. She's got ace-king.
Not a good situation for Emma here. Big cooler, and Benny is so short, I don't know how she can get away from this hand.
Oh, she's gonna raise. 625, she's made it. Back on Benny, who has the nuts at this point, of course.
All in.
Yeah, Benny all in.
Call.
Insta call by Emma.
Just an unfortunate cooler for her.
Well, the only good news for her is that she will not go broke if she loses the hand. She has about twice as much as Benny.
She also won. Only though.
And she still has a chance. 5 cards to come. Benny, a big favorite at this point. He loves it.
See sort of a resigned smile from Emma, knows there wasn't anything she could do there.
And here comes the flop.
Queen 3 deuce on the flop. Not much help for Emma here. She could go 4-5 for a chop. Jack 10 for a win.
Going to the turn. It is a king.
Okay, well, a king on the turn will give her 2 outs for the win. She could put a horrific beat on Benny with running kings here. Otherwise, he's going to double up.
Well, the lady needs some lady luck on the river. Let's take a peek.
No, 7 of clubs on the river, no help. And Benny Chen gets the crucial double up.
Back down to it's on Mike. Looks down at an 8-7. Releases that.
Over to Emma with King Jack.
Just took a bad hit on the last hand, but this time trying to come back. Makes it 225 to go. Nadir with a pair of 9s right behind her.
And Nadir calls on the button. And I see a little of his inexperience taking effect there. Most players would re-raise pocket 9s, especially against someone as aggressive as Emma. Nadir opts to just call, wants to reduce the risk here, and go to a flop first.
Two-way action. Flop is a king 5-3, so Emma finally hitting the kings.
I've seen her bet really small in these kind of situations before.
130.
And she does the same. So balancing very well. Nadir gonna make the call with his pocket 9s. So Emma in the lead going to the turn.
4th Street, 4 spades. And wow, I don't like this slowdown.
I'm a little surprised that she's checking now. It is hard for Nadir to catch up if he's behind.
180.
I like this bet from Nadir. He just believes he has the best hand. He's trying to protect it a little bit.
Thinks he's in front after that check, but she's gonna call. Kings with the jack kicker. Going down to the river. That's 10, means nothing. She's gonna play it pretty conservative, checks it.
Check, check, and so Emma's gonna take this one down. Suffered a setback in the previous hand, and her ace-king ran into aces, but here she gets some of it back.
Emma Zajmovic, 26 years old, lives in Quebec City, born in Sarajevo, and learned poker from friends. Her biggest cash before this was only $15,000, so big moment for her.
She is gonna crush that today.
Nice side.
Try to bluff me.
I had a pair. Just want to make sure you have a king. That's why I checked the river.
Nice hand.
Action right back on Emma. Let's take a peek at her cards. Ace-4.
See her opening ace-4 here, first to act. Emma's a very aggressive player. Over to Benny. He's got king 10 on the button, and he's aware of the fact that Emma likes to open so many pots, so he's giving her assessment here and reaching for chips. He wants to 3-bet light, make it 550,000 to go, but ooh, right behind him, Ilan has a pair of queens.
Wow, what a time to get him.
He's about to punish these two.
Ian Boujenah hitting the queens, 28 years old, out of France. Now how to play him? Well, he is going to raise. Makes it a total of 975. And they are folding behind. Emma wants no part of it.
Back to Benny now.
3.1 behind. I mean, no, sorry, 1.650. 750, 750, 150. Oh, sorry. Bad to say these things.
Now this is a really tiny raise, but when someone does this for a third of their stack out of position, it's usually a cue that they have a really strong hand. So well played by Benny. Unfortunately for him, Ilan wakes up with a real hand behind him, takes down that pot.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Emma, first to act, ace-3. Let that go. You're out 2. Now Benny on the button.
He's 36 years old. This time, he's got a jack-8. And he is going to raise to 250. Ilan going away.
Mike has ace-8 in the big blind. How does he want to play this? He's going to re-raise here. I like this play, Vince. Mike's got a great image to make these type of plays with. There you see, Benny doesn't even think about it, just immediately folds.
Punish him.
No. Didn't punish him.
I'll pick up aces again, don't worry.
Yeah. You had him, but you got me.
Yeah, we saw Mike make a final table in Venice, Italy a few years back, and then the Bay 101. Never was quite in stride in either tournament, but tonight seemed very poised and in good shape.
Yeah, you know, things really need to fall your way at a final table, Vince. You can go there with the chip lead and the momentum and the most experience, but, you know, if you run ace-king into aces, you're not going to win.
Couple folds, and now Ilan calling.
120 to call.
Yes, I know. But it's cool.
It's okay.
I was looking
That's
at
too
you.
much for me anyway.
I'm super focused to see like what you're gonna do. Last time you punished me for limping around.
Mike goes out, and now Emma.
Emma will check her 9-4 suited. I almost feel like Ilan is looking for an excuse to get mixed up in a pot with Emma. And so he does that by limping instead of raising, which is a odd choice. Either way, Emma here outflops him on Jack 10-9, 2 spades and a heart. So Ilan with straight draws to the 8 or queen, Emma with the pair in the lead.
And Ilan is going to bet at 130. Emma's going to stick around to see 4th Street. It's another jack.
Safe card for Emma. Leads to both players checking.
River card is a queen, making a straight there for Ilan.
Yeah, it's a good-looking card for Ilan. Makes the top end of the straight. And he fires out, what, 100,000 or something? I guess it'll have to be 120. That's the min bet here. So just trying to bleed Emma a little bit here, but she is not going to pay off. Gets away from her pair.
Ian Boujenah, born in France, he says he's a sensitive guy and he loves life.
Definitely a sensitive guy.
It's interesting because he's been trash-talking Emma all night long here.
She just tried to punt against me so bad. I just know what you have, it's quite easy. You look like a woman who want to bully men. I almost folded my hand and then I was like, nah, she's not smart enough to this.
But now they seem to be at peace with each other. Benny Chen, quick fold by him. Ilan now with a queen 10 of diamonds, has raised.
And Ilan here just attempted to raise, but they're going to enforce that as a call because the blinds have gone up, and they're going to say that's a 1 oversized chip rule.
Call.
If you had put in 3 chips, it'd be a raise, but at 2, it's a call without a verbal declaration. So Emma will complete in the small blind with Queen Jack. Nadir in the big blind with 10-8 suited is going to check.
I love when you look at me. I like it. I don't know how to explain this. There's so many things I cannot explain in words. My brain is so weirdo.
And the flop is a 9-7-7. Open-ended for Nadir. Emma checks, open-ended checks, and Ilan not going to take a shot, so we're going to the turn.
An ace on the turn is actually a good card for Ilan to bluff. They know he tried to raise pre-flop. But he does not take the opportunity. He checks back. We go to a 5 on the river.
5. No one getting any help. No one has anything. She's checking. Nadir, do you take a stab? Nope, he's checking.
Now, will Ilan bet here? Maybe he wants to get people to fold a 5 or a king high. So he's going to take a little stab here, 125. And this might work out for him. Emma does have the best hand. And she folds, and I don't blame her for folding either.
They run away from him. He takes down that pot. And it goes to show you, you read your players, you see how they're playing. No tricks there, just take the pot. Ilan is taking home close to 1.6 million in live worldwide earnings in poker. Quite a player, good table talker, kind of a wild player. A lot of talent there. Ilan out, and now Mike has picked up the weapons of mass destruction. Pair of aces. 250 makes it, and Emma?
Emma's got less than 20 blinds, so she's just going to go all in with King Queen here and run straight into aces for the second time at this final table.
Call.
Mike snap calls aces.
Wow. Emma's sickened by that.
Sometimes it's just not your day, Vince.
Mike Sexton picking up the premium pair of aces up against a king-queen to knock Emma out. Emma gets up from her seat, looks to her rail, all her friends.
The hometown favorite in bad shape here.
Here we go. Here's the first 3, not good for Emma. 5-4 deuce up here.
That's a terrible flop for her. She's got to go runner now, but you see Mike, an enormous favorite.
Can he knock out the second player here tonight? Here's the turn card.
And a 5 on the turn will seal it. That is it. Mike Sexton scoring the elimination of Emma Zajmovic. Came in second in chips. Everything went against her, and now Mike Sexton, our chip leader, further pads his lead. Kind of running away with it.
Wow, what a shocking turnaround here at the Playground Poker Club. Emma Zajmovic is out in 5th place. Will take home $102,000. Has to be disappointing for her. Let's talk to her.
No, it was fun. It was a fun final table, but it's just 5th place. It's a little bit disappointing. I wanted the 1st place. That's all.
Nadir clearly enjoying himself here today. Not a professional poker player. He's a businessman from Toronto. He's made his first WPT final table. Truly a man with nothing to lose.
He hasn't made a mistake yet. I'm impressed by his game as we move through this. Benny Chen with a queen 9 has raised to 250. Ilan with a suited connector, 7-8 of hearts. Makes the call. Sexton out.
Nadir coming along in the big blind with a 9-6 of diamonds, so everyone kind of holding each other's outs here. All right, so 3 ways to a flop of 7-4 deuce. Rainbow. Top pair for Ilan. Some backdoors for Nadir, but Benny here with the lead and some overcards is going to be the one to bet.
He bets 300,000.
Ilan not going anywhere. He'll make the call. Nadir is out.
Turn card mixes things up. A king of diamonds. No one likes that.
So check. And a 6 of hearts on this river. The Benny with just queen high. Really doesn't have much, but he's reaching for chips.
Yeah, only way to win the pot, he's figuring.
Well, this is interesting because if Benny had a king, he's usually going to bet the turn. But people don't bet the flop, check the turn, and bet the river as a bluff very often. And that's what Ilan's thinking about right now. He says, nobody bluffs like this. So even though my opponent probably doesn't have a king, maybe he has pocket 8s through pocket queens. It might work. Yes, it does. And Ilan shows him the sevens.
Too good.
Even though nobody bluffs like that, it's pretty effective when they do it. So Benny takes that one down and gets Ilan to fold the best hand.
Nice bet by Benny Chen. He plays poker as much as possible. He says he keeps his balance by working in his brother's restaurant, and when he's playing at the poker table, he will not eat. He wants to stay mentally sharp, doesn't mind being a little hungry.
And there's something about being hungry that puts you in a kind of survival state. You know, I'm trying to get there.
And now Benny's gonna fold this one. Ilan with an ace-9, likes it, gonna raise it, 250 total. Mike goes out.
240 doesn't work. I figured like we gotta change something. I lost like 1.3 million. Just missing flops and folding pairs.
Nadir just with 5-3 offsuit in the big blind.
Oh, you're gonna take me some more chips?
You know I'm not dangerous.
You are. I absolutely disagree. You're just killing softly people. You don't rush. That's how wise people play cards, you know?
And the flop is a 10-8 deuce.
I'm gonna check also.
Both players check the flop, but hey, Nadir makes a pair on the turn.
Again, go for it. That's a good card.
And Nadir makes 2-pair on the river. So what started as nothing becomes 2-pair, and Nadir fires out 200,000.
And Ilan seems like he gave up on the hand a long time ago.
Yeah, but he hasn't folded yet. So I guess what Ilan is thinking is, if Nadir had a 10, I expect him to bet the turn. I'm not sure if he'll bet an 8 on this river, so I kind of think he either has a bluff or some kind of weird, strong hand. And then he makes the call.
He's curious.
Nadir has a weird, strong hand. He has running 2-pair.
Ilan pays off the local businessman.
Runner, yes.
4 players remain here at the Playground Poker Club. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour in just a moment. Ilan's gone out, and Mike with a king 5 of clubs makes the call.
Okay. We'll try again.
Mike with about 8.1 million in total chips, up against Benny, who has about 5.4. Here we go with the flop. It's a king 10-3. Good for Mike Sexton, hitting kings. He checks it.
Benny gonna follow through. He has a gut shot here to the jack.
That's 150.
Mike not going anywhere, makes the call.
Top pair doesn't like his kicker much, but nevertheless, deuce on the turn. Mike again going to check. And a bet by Benny, 400. Mike trying to keep this pot down small with his hand, so he makes the call. Down to the river card we go. And the card is a disaster for Mike. Jack!
Benny drills it on the river here.
Hits the straight. Mike checks again.
Now Benny reaching for the orange 100,000 chips. How much does he want to bet with his straight? 1.2 million.
Oh boy, this could damage Mike very much.
I guess I get to be on the raw deal. How about I played this hand?
No, you didn't play it bad, Mike. You played it perfect. Now you just got to fold.
You bet like you wanted me to call, now you don't want me to call. Maybe you do.
Mike knows that there are diamonds that have missed, that there are straight draws that have missed, but I think that's part of the reason he'll be able to get away. If he calls, he's really just hoping that Benny has diamonds.
Okay.
That's a well-played hand, but it never feels good to make top pair and lose, so...
Well played.
Perhaps that's why Mike's questioning himself a little here.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Action is on Mike, and he looks down at a beautiful pair of ladies, pair of queens.
Mike first to act, going up to 250.
So one man folds, and now Benny Chen, thinking about it, folds.
250?
Now with Ilan.
Yes.
He's going to call 9-8 offsuit in the big blind, so we go to this flop heads up. And it is king 10-9, 2 diamonds.
Yeah, Mike's not going to like to see that king out there, but nevertheless has to find out where he is. Makes the bet, 250. Ilan getting a piece of that.
Yeah, Ilan does have a little piece here, and he knows that Mike is likely going to bet things like ace-jack and ace-queen on this flop, so he makes the call, and we get another king on the turn. It's a pretty good card for Mike. I'd like to see him bet here. Yeah, he's going to check behind.
River card, another king.
Yeah, even better card for Mike. Now he's got a full house. Ilan also with a full house. And he seems to believe his hand is best here, so he's going to make a value bet. Bet of 300,000 there. Probably hoping to get called by ace high. And that's not how it's going to turn out this time. Mike pumps it up to 800,000. This is a nice raise from Mike Sexton here, going for maximum value with his full house. I'm very surprised that Ilan is considering this because people never bluff spots like this.
He's going to try to milk him for more, and he gets it.
Wow, really well played hand by Mike there. I like everything Ilan did up until he called the raise on the river. I think that's where he went wrong and ended up paying off $500,000 more than he needed to.
Mike Sexton is a poker Hall of Famer. Now, he only got to play the last 4 or 5 years on the World Poker Tour. Mike's only played about 30 total. He's made 3 final tables, which is incredible.
Yeah, you're supposed to cash about 1 in 10, not final table 1 in 10. Those are excellent results.
I am stupid. I am stupid. Yeah. Whoa, nice raise, buddy.
Pardon?
Nice raise. It's a nice raise on the river.
What a nice raise, thank you.
I don't expect you to raise there with queens.
Well, this time, Benny has raised it with an ace-6. Ilan. Ilan finally folds. He's a little punchy from that last hand, that last call. Mike also getting out of the way. Nadir, he'll call with an 8-6.
Nadir has been very sticky in his big blind so far, and it's actually worked out for him. But here, both players flop a 6, but Benny has the ace-high kicker. He's going to bet 150,000 here, and Nadir, he's going to call.
Yeah, Nadir having kicker problems here. Little does he know. Turn card jack of spades.
I would expect that jack to slow things down here a little bit. No, Benny's going to surprise me and make another bet for value here. So he believes he has the best hand. He believes that Nadir is going to call with worse hands, and it appears he's right on both counts.
Benny in the restaurant business goes right from the salad right into the entree. Doesn't slow down. 9 on the river. Well, that slowed them down. There you go, check, check.
And a nicely played hand by Benny Chen here. Gets maximum value with second pair. And Nadir uses one of the first pots he's mixed up in this final table.
He's played really nicely so far. Benny's super aggressive as the antes go up to 25,000 and the blinds are 75, 150 at this point. Action on Sexton, ace-8.
A little surprised to see Mike fold there, but perhaps he sensed a disturbance in the force because Benny has pocket aces here.
Wow.
Now, Ilan is short stacked in the big blind, so Benny limps in trying to trap him, and this is going to work to perfection.
Oh, yeah, Ilan's pushed all in with 6s.
Snap call from Benny, and Ilan is at risk.
Luck.
All the obligatory good luck that you never mean.
Runs so good that you have the suit covered too.
Yeah, black cards. Let's make the 6 on the turn.
I'm running so good.
Don't say this too quick.
The devil might be knocking.
You done it yesterday.
I'm a tough thing. I don't know. Might happen.
The devil might be knocking.
I definitely came back from back so many times in my life.
Benny aces up against 6s, and the flop is a big ace. Wow. 9-10.
Case ace in the deck.
That's not gonna be hit.
Ilan is almost drawing dead on this flop. He could go running 6-6 or 7-8. But he's got 1 foot out the door.
Courageous play by Ilan. Now he needs a miracle. It's not going to happen as a jack of spades hits the turn.
It was nice meeting you, though.
Well, Ilan
Wish you guys good luck.
makes a run at this final table that comes up short. Our 4th place finisher taking home $132,000.
Running so good.
But you know, it's okay. It was fun, and I really wanted the swatch, but no, it's fine. I'm happy. Wish the best of luck to all of them. It was nice playing.
Where 3 players remain, and Mike Sexton's the chip leader with 9.5 million in chips. Benny Chen in second with 7.5.
Nadir rounding out the field following the elimination of Ian Boujenah in 4th place. Mike, with ace-jack suited, makes the min raise.
Nadir has gone out, and Benny Chen now with a 9-10. We'll stick around and make the call. We're going to see a flop ace-jack versus 9-10.
And it is 7-7-3 on this flop. Not much for anyone here. Check, check. On to the turn, which is the 10 of spades. So Benny catches up. A little surprised that he's checking here. I wouldn't expect Mike to bet after checking back that type of flop. And an 8 on the river.
Benny's going to make a 400,000 bet.
Another robbery job, huh?
Mike does get away, so nice fold.
I'm not too happy with how I played that one, I don't think.
Well, maybe the bet after the flop would have won on the pot, but we'll never know for sure. Benny Chen with a nice little comeback there. Benny's 36 years old. He's a restaurant manager up here in Canada. Loves poker, but keeps his balance by working in his brother's restaurant.
Working out for him. He looks way younger than 36. He's going to call here on the button with 9-7 suited. And Mike, with ace-queen in the small blind, is going to pump it up to 575.
Another quality hand for Sexton. This time he's going to make him pay for it. A nice raise. But Benny is going to call it.
Benny in position here with a suited one-gapper.
And the flop is a 10-7-7. 3 of a kind there for Benny.
Benny drills it on this flop, and Mike gonna follow through with a c-bet here.
Oh, wow.
Of 600,000.
Oh, Benny doesn't want to ruffle the waters. Just calling. 3 of a kind. Wants to get Sexton's money. King of diamonds on the turn.
That card could induce Mike to bluff here. He's got a gut shot now. Nope, he's gonna check it.
Benny with the 4 flush and 3 of a kind.
And does Benny want to bet or trap? He wants to trap, so he's going to check back on this turn. I'm a little surprised by that, and he fills up on the river.
Oh, boy.
7s full of 10s for Benny. You know what? After the last hand where Benny got Mike to fold ace high on the river, this could be a little bit of a tricky spot for Mike.
Sure. Well, he's checked it, and Benny's going to put in 900,000.
Mike's saying, if you had anything, why didn't you just bet the turn? Conversely, if Benny was bluffing, you'd expect him to bet the turn if he had something like 8-9 or Jack-9.
It looks like a 10 or nothing to me.
And Mike says it looks like a 10 or nothing.
And the restaurant man praying that he gets this call.
I think it's a 10, though. That's the sad news.
Mike, convinced that his opponent has a full house, but stacking up calling chips. Saying, well, maybe you got something like pocket 5s.
But you could have 2 4s.
Well, or 4s.
Mike's talking himself into it. And the restaurant man gets his bill!
Yeah, Mike does pay off on the end here, and you know, sometimes when you just never get to see a guy's cards, you decide to try and call him down and see if he's bluffing you a bunch, but it turns out Benny has had the goods thus far. Mike just doesn't know it. Well, this time he sees it.
Nice flop.
Ooh, Benny. Boss.
Running really good.
We haven't seen you run bad.
So with that pot right there, the new chip leader, Benny Chen, out in front of Mike.
Damn, dude.
Mike Sexton going through some adversity right now. Let's see if he can ride through it.
All right.
Benny Chen, fold by him. Mike this time peeks at a pair of eights.
Now Mike gonna raise it up to 375. Nadir with ace queen.
All in.
He's all in the big blind. Mike
Okay.
makes the call.
Auto call by Mike Sexton with eights. He could double up Nadir. Race situation. Ace queen versus a pair of eights.
All right. Up to a race. Let's see what happens.
Thank you very much. It was great fun.
All right, put a snowman out there.
Coin flip for Nadir's tournament life, but Mike currently in the lead with pocket eights.
Here we go with the flop.
Right door.
That's a good flop.
You ask for a snowman, you get one.
It's over. It's over.
8-Jack-3. What a flop for Mike Sexton.
It is almost over here, Vince. One more card, and Nadir could potentially be drawing dead, and we would be heads up for the title.
Here comes the turn card, and it is over. 4 spades.
And with that set of eights, Mike Sexton knocks out Nadir Lalji in third place. Played a very tough final table, but ran out of gas.
Yeah, Nadir, great player. He's going to take home $183,000. Let's talk to him.
C'est la vie. My family has been sending me texts and messages. They're very, very proud of me, and I can't wait to go home.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
The antes are 25. The blinds are 1 and 200,000.
Well, it's my highest finish ever in the World Poker Tournament, whatever happens.
That's good. It's a good accomplishment either way.
So I moved up from third to second, at least.
Last time was third place was your highest?
Yeah, I finished third.
Mike looking on the bright side already. Gonna make it 400,000 to go with ace-9 of spades.
Benny with 8-4. Of hearts will make this call, though. Going to our first flop. It's an ace-9 queen. 2 pair for Sexton.
Interesting flop here. So the flush draw for Benny, top and bottom for Mike. Leads to a bet and a call from Benny.
Benny going for the flush right here. 10 of diamonds on the turn.
Now, on a texture this wet, I'd like to see Mike make a really large bet because there are lots of ways his opponent can have a pair plus a draw, be it flush or straight draw. So I think about 1.2 million would be good here. And Mike is bet, but it's 800,000, so a little bit small there.
He wants to get this guy in, perhaps. Thinking that's the right amount. Benny, of course, with a lot of possibilities. Makes this call, hoping to hit his flush. Let's see if he does. Nope. 8 of diamonds.
Well, 4 to a straight, and the backdoor flush draw is completed there. So Benny has bottom pair, but you see him thinking here, and I think he might turn his hand into a bluff, Vince.
That's the only way he's going to win it. He knows that. Whoa, he's got the chips out. He's going to do it.
He's betting about half pot here, just under, and this could work out for him. This is a very difficult spot for Mike.
Well, Mike with aces up after the flop. But now all the guy has to do is have a jack in his hand to beat you.
Wow. Oh, man, oh, man.
This would be the call of the night and turn all the momentum around for him.
Very tough spot.
You could have had them all here.
It's hard to imagine that Benny would be betting a worse 2 pair for value, so he essentially has a jack or nothing.
You could have been wearing a crown.
Oh, Mike's gonna lay it down. What a great bet by Benny. He pushes the best hand away. He earned that pot completely.
Maybe I'm on a free roll. You sure got them all if you'd ever bet earlier.
The set?
Said you'd have got them all if you'd ever bet earlier in that pot or ever raised me.
When Mike says you would have got them all, you saw a little smile escape the side of Benny's mouth right before he put his poker face back on, and we know why.
Great play that he didn't push it on the 4 flush. Otherwise, Mike does double up in a huge way. All right, moving on. King, queen versus 7-5. They both got a piece of it. Of course, Benny, top pair of queens. Benny's bet 400.
Call from Mike.
Yeah, Mike's starting to...
You can see it. You can see the frustration on his face a little bit.
Sure. Ace of clubs on the turn.
It's an interesting card. 3 clubs out there. Benny has second pair, the nut draw.
They go check, check. Oh, and look at this. A great card for Mike. Hitting 2 pair. A 7 on the river.
Almost no outs. Just slams the one he needs.
Now he's putting in a value bet 800,000.
This is interesting, Vince, because if Benny decided to turn his hand into a bluff, I don't know that there's anything Mike can do. He has like the ultimate bluffing hand here. He blocks the straight, he blocks the flush, he blocks 2 pair combinations, but instead he's gonna fold, and that is a good fold, but just always interesting to think what you could do instead of the choice you made.
Go, Mike! Go, Mike! Go, Mike!
And there's the beautiful tuba, enjoying watching Mike Sexton, along with the gorgeous Caitlin at the Dr. Pepper bar. And that was a nice pot for Mike. He really needed that, trying to take control of this heads-up battle. Mike knows he's up against tough competition here. Can he ride out the storm? Action's on Mike. Gonna call with an 8-6. Benny with Jack 3 of clubs. Content to see the flop, but the flop is a 6-6-3. Mike Sexton, 3 of a kind.
The perfect flop for Mike here. Benny's gonna fire out 200. Ooh, I think that's the first play I've seen from Mike today I really don't like.
He just didn't want the aggro. He'll take the pot. Maybe not as big as he wanted, but it'll work.
All right, Mike with a 6-3. He's gonna limp the button. Benny with an 8-6 is gonna check this one out.
Couple junk hands, and here we go. Flop is an ace-7-5.
Now, both players make a straight draw, and a 4 could be a tournament-ending fiasco for Mike were he to catch it.
Mike's betting 200, and he's getting called. Going to the turn. No one gets there. Queen of diamonds.
Benny checks. Mike, I like that he's betting for a second time here. He really doesn't have any showdown value, and that queen could make it difficult for a 7 or a 5 to call a second barrel, but Benny, with his open-ended straight draw, is gonna go to a river here, so an 8 lands. That gives Benny a pair, so he checks over to Mike, and Mike checks back, so Benny gonna take this down with a pair of 8s. Mike says, yeah, you're good.
And you can't blame Mike for trying. Gave it a big effort. Shot 2 barrels at it. Just didn't work out. Tough play by Benny Chen. He has about 12 million. Mike down to about 7-3. He looks a little frustrated here.
Yeah, it's never fun to lose most of the pots you play heads up. It just starts to feel a little hopeless.
This time Benny Chen is going to raise with a 9-8 to 400. Mike with king 7 of clubs, quickly making the call. And the flop is a 10-9-5, 2 clubs, 4 flush for Mike. Benny with the 9s.
Benny checks back. Ooh, all Mike.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's go. Ooh.
Caught the flush, they both check. 5 on the river, pairing the board.
Well, Benny checked back this flop planning to call some bets, but now on this river, he loses to just about everything but a bluff. He loses to trips, straights, 10s, queens, flushes.
Well, Mike's bet 500. Mike's begging for a call. Giving back some of those chips, but no, he escapes. So Mike Sexton trying to ride out the waves here in Montreal.
Never make a bobble. You never make a bobble, do you?
I make a few bad moves.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Not going Sexton's way so far, but still has plenty of room to make a comeback here.
Right now, Mike with a little suited connector. And he's going to raise with it, make it 400,000. Benny Chen with ace-10, though.
Yeah, Benny has a choice between calling and re-raising here. People like to mix up how they play these kind of spots, and Benny wants to make it 1.1 million to go.
Yeah, he's going to put the pressure on Mike.
I think Mike's a little too shallow here to go to the flop with 5-4 suited. Can't really make top pair with that type of hand, but it looks like he wants to peel, and so we will go to a flop.
He's going to gamble, hope to get lucky. Here is the flop. It's 8-6 deuce. Good for Mike.
Yeah, that's a great flop for Mike. Any 3 or 7 for a straight. He also has backdoor spades, plus Benny is whiffed here, so I expect him to make one bet, and if he doesn't find something on the turn, he'll have to shut down.
Benny's bet $1 million. Mike Sexton liking that flop, making the call, hoping to connect here. Let's see if he does. No, in fact,
no.
Benny connects.
Oh, no. I mean, that is all kinds of Benny's card. How does he want to play it? Oh, check. I like that.
Just going to hope that Mike bets at it. And, oh, boy, yep, Mike's taking a stab.
Well, I like Mike's bet here. He only has 5 high. He's got a lot of outs. Often your opponent has ace high or Broadway cards that are forced to fold this turn, but unfortunately for Mike, this was actually the perfect card for Benny.
All in.
And then Benny coming over the top. Just torture Mike just a little bit more.
Man, Benny has played this perfect.
Well, he hit the card even more perfectly.
I could have checked here, I guess.
I like that Mike has bet here, but now I believe he's forced to fold, and he does not have the odds to call for his straight here, plus he'd be putting his entire tournament life at risk. So, Mike in a very difficult spot. Oh my goodness, this is gut-wrenching, Vince.
Sometimes you do everything right, but it still backfires. That's what we're seeing right now. Mike melting away.
Well, do I feel lucky?
Don't start that. Finally getting away from the hand.
A very reluctant fold from Mike, but it was the correct fold.
The crowd just silenced.
Nice hand.
Oh, that's killer. He must have lost $3 million in that pot, right?
Yeah. 1.1 more. 3.5.
Ah.
So he's down to 4 million.
Guy's been out here for 15 years. You see him going for the title and everything just not going his way.
Now our blinds are up though. We were playing 125, 250. So Mike running out of room.
And Mike with ace high can disguise the ace with just a call. Benny with a 10-7, and the flop is a queen 8-9. Good for Benny as he open-ended straight draw.
Not much here for Mike, so he checks back.
Turn card, another queen.
Okay, so Benny picks up a flush draw to go along with his straight draw, and Mike really doesn't have anything here.
Benny's betting 250, and Mike...
Kind of surprised by that call. I mean, there's not much happening here for Mike, and it's very easy for your opponent to have a better hand or bluff you out on the river, so...
6 on the river makes Benny a straight here.
I mean, that is the best possible card for Benny. An offsuit 6, and he's gonna bet 600,000.
You got a hand every time.
Mike has to lay it down.
Every time you got it.
Running good.
Mike Sexton running up down escalator right now. And Benny with 17 million. Mike just dribbling away with 1.8 in chips.
Benny has him 10-1 now. After they entered this heads-up match, even in chips, so...
Mike mucks this hand. And his dream of becoming the WPT champion up in smoke.
Gross, 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 gross.
All in.
Benny all in for Mike's last 6 blinds.
Yeah, this could be it. Now, Mike?
This is close, Vince.
Let's gamble.
Yep, he's going to do it.
All right, that's a good call by Mike.
Oh.
No 9?
Man.
Got the 2 overcards here, trying to hold up, get back into this heads-up match.
Suited.
I must say, I didn't expect to see that hand on him.
Crazy things have happened. Benny's running so good.
Makes me think he's been bossing me around too much.
Can Mike possibly win this hand, double up and get back into this? Here we go with the first 3.
Queen
Yeah!
on the flop.
He hits a queen. Mike Sexton hits a queen. Whoa. Little reprieve so far, going to the turn.
There it is. Mike will lock up this pot with a deuce.
Mike will take it and double up. Could this be the beginning of a complete turnaround for Mike? We will see. And the blinds are going up to 2 and 4 with a $50,000 ante.
Benny, he's got an ace-7 here. Making it 800,000. Mike's pretty short. I'm a little surprised Benny didn't just shove on him. So Mike will make the call here.
So ace-7 versus 8-6, and the flop is a queen 8-7. So 8s for Mike. Benny with 7s. Mike checks. Benny checks. They both check. 4 on the turn.
That's a good card for Mike. He now has a gut shot to go along with this pair. And I like that he's betting here. He's going to get some value. Benny stuck in this pot with his 7.
And last card is, oh no, a 7.
Wow.
3 of a kind for Benny.
Man, I mean, Benny just living on the river so far in this heads-up match. And it's one thing to catch up, but if he hits an ace, I think Mike gets away. But on a 7, now Mike might get stuck into this.
1.2.
Oh boy. Benny trying to pick him apart. 1.2. And Mike going to the think tank.
Just have not seen the bluff.
And the tricky part about this hand is that Benny checked back on the flop. And I really think that if he had some kind of drawing hand, he just bets the flop.
Check the flop. You make 3 4s on the turn?
Worse. 3 7s on the river.
Check the flop.
Ah, he's gonna call it. Benny loves it.
That's a rough one for Mike.
Oh, Mike is stunned. He can't believe what he's seeing in this heads-up battle.
Lucky.
You know, I'll give credit where credit is due. That's a really well-played hand by Benny. Flop bottom pair, backdoor flush draw. Checks back on the flop, calls 1 bet in the turn, and gets the card he absolutely needs on the river. That's how this game works. Well-played hand by Benny, but a very expensive pot for Mike Sexton. Lost about half his stack in that hand, down to around 3 million.
Yeah.
Below 10 blinds, and he is officially playing push-fold poker.
Well, just Benny say abracadabra, because that's magic.
Let you have 1.
Just the 1?
No, I'm gonna let you have a couple more, I think. All right.
Benny up to 16 million. Mike with 3 million.
You're entitled to a few.
Mike has seen it all in poker. Rarely, and I played a lot of poker with Mike.
All in?
Have I seen him get upset now? Benny pushing all in.
Call.
Mike has got a pair of kings, though.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, my
The guy doesn't even have an ace. He doesn't have 7-6 to try and hit a weird straight. He literally has, like, the one hand that cannot win against kings.
Well, Mike with a big chance here. Big, big favorite. Needs this double up, and the flop is a 9, 10, 10. Great for Mike. Not over yet, though.
It's a mostly safe flop, but Benny could go runner here for a straight.
And turn card is a queen. Best Benny could do is chop.
Chop?
At least I can't lose it.
Good spot for you.
So Mike looking good, and river card, no chop there.
$3 million exactly.
Queen pairs the board. There's life for Mike.
Scores a crucial double up.
Well, hands I win, I'm all in.
All right, no more all in, that's it.
Blinds are going up to 250-500. Here we go. Mike Sexton behind with close to 6.7. Benny Chen with about 13. Mike is going to just call, and Benny now.
I think Mike's a little short to just be calling. He's down to like 12 or 13 blinds. There's just not enough room for that kind of thing.
Benny's raised to 1.2, and Mike is going to make this call. Splash around. Flops a king, queen 9. Good for Mike. Hitting queens. And Benny getting none of that, but making the continuation bet of $1 million.
Really not a fan of how Benny has played this hand. I think if you're going to raise pre-flop, you should just shove. And I think on this particular flop, the likelihood that you get your opponent to fold something he limp called is so low, you can just give up.
I'm all in.
Mike is going to gamble here. Hope the guy doesn't have a king, and he's right with that assumption. Mike Sexton taking that one down. It's a good one, too. Mike crawling his way back. Mike has made 3 WPT final tables. He's never taken down the championship yet. Can it be his night tonight? But look at this, Benny, pair of kings.
It's just an avalanche of big pairs for Benny at this final table.
1 million.
He's going up to $1 million.
Mike has an ace-6. He's going to take a peek, makes the call. Big pot brewing. And the flop is a 5-4-3. Couple spades.
That's actually pretty good for Mike. He has the ace of spades to go along with his open-ended straight draw. So in a ace, deuce, 7.
Mike checks.
Surprised that Benny checked there.
Jack of diamonds on the turn.
Well, no help from Mike. He still has an open-ended straight draw and an overcard. But usually when Benny has checked back, it's been with showdown value, and perhaps Mike is picking up on that because he's not going to bluff here. So now over to Benny, and I doubt he's going to check 2 streets in a row here. He wants to make a bet.
$1 million. Big overpair. He wants action from Sexton. Does he want to push here and take a shot? No. Luckily, intelligently, he folds the hand.
Well played hand by Mike.
I was consistent. I misplayed that hand on every street.
No, you didn't. You just losing every hand and it never feels good.
Every street I misplayed that one.
Well, he's talking to himself, and now Benny Chen with close to 12 million. Mike about close to 8 million. Blinds at 250, 500. Hugely expensive. This time Mike with a king 9, and he will raise it up. And Benny with a very strong ace queen.
I mean, this is crazy, Vince. Every hand, Benny looks down at a premium.
Oh, he's figuring out how to punish Mike even more.
$3 million.
Ugh, that's how.
And that's about half of Mike's stack. Well, not much Mike can do there. Just ran into a big hand. So a lot of the story of this heads-up match has been Benny looks down at a sweet hand. Mike pays off a little and then gets away. There you see. You won the 2013 Millionaire Maker at the World Series of Poker. A massive cash for such a small buy-in. Great way to break into the poker world. Now has an opportunity to win a WPT title to go along with his bracelet. Has a nice chip lead here, facing off against the legend of the game in Mike Sexton.
Benny this time with a nothing 7-4. He'll go to 1.2. Mike Sexton with a queen 9 of clubs.
Now Mike just calls, but tell you what, Vince, queen 9 suited plays great as an all-in. People think I'm crazy when I say that, but you run the computer and you realize just how good hands like queen 9 and jack 9 suited are.
Well, 10-8-6 on this flop. 4 flush for Mike Sexton, but he checks it.
Everybody connects on this flop. I mean, straight draw for Benny, straight and flush draw for Mike.
Oh, 10. No flush there for Mike.
That is not his card.
Well, he's gonna bet it though. 800,000.
Well, thus far in the heads-up match, when Benny has had outs going to the river, he has called and usually hit. He does make this call, looking for a 9 or a 5.
River card. Mike wants to hit a club. No, it's a 4 spades. That gives Benny the winner now.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, Vince. I mean, yet again, the perfect river for Benny.
Mike checks.
He doesn't know how perfect it is, but he's about to find out.
Just checks it
You
down.
bet the flop I'd have shipped it. I'm sure you got me now, though.
Yep. Mike completely. Oh, man.
Look at his face do a double take.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Blinds are massive, 3 and 600. So Mike with 5 big blinds. That's really it.
I'm all in.
Just gonna shove with Jack 10.
Call.
And Benny with an ace 8.
Mike needs to improve in order to keep this heads-up match continuing.
Have to draw it again, Vince.
Mike here with about 3 million.
I can't watch.
Benny about 16 million. Vince cannot watch. The intensity too high.
This is the last time I'm going to ask to draw out in this tournament. I'm not going to ask any more.
Come on, Mike.
I gotta know.
Yeah, he's got it!
It's a 10!
He's got a 10!
All right, 2 more cards to fade.
Now he's got to sweat the turn of the river. Turn card, safe for Mike, 3 of spades. Mike in front, looking good, but there is one card that Benny could take down his title with.
Benny can find an ace on this river. He will be our champion.
Here it comes. What's it gonna be? 9 of clubs. That's good for Mike.
Mike Sexton gonna double up here. Back around 6.5 million.
Amazing. What are we seeing in this heads-up battle?
9 lives.
Color back in his skin and everything, and this time a pair of deuces.
All in.
Gone all in.
Yeah, let's go. Ooh.
Count, please.
This is a tough decision for Benny. This is about 11 blind shove. He's got a very borderline hand here with ace 5. Every all in. So crucial.
Just under 7.
All of a sudden, Benny's starting to look a little worried. He's going to fold the hand.
Benny should be worried. Not long ago, he had Mike 10-1. Now they are drawing even in chips.
We've had quite a battle, whatever happens anyway.
Yeah.
Actually, Mike's starting to smile again. It's very unusual for him at this final table.
I think he feels like he's been given a new lease on life. He was so short, and then he was all in behind. Ooh, Benny has a big hand here, King 10 suited. He's raising it up to 1.2 million. Mike with ace deuce. Okay, let's hear those magic words, Mike. Let's go again.
There's a good chance he could shove.
I'm all in.
Yeah.
He's gonna shove.
Benny, what the hell was that? I'm speechless, Vince. I don't know what that fold was.
Well, he's on a good streak right now. Mike Sexton on a comeback. Action on Benny Chen, the chip leader with about 10.5. Benny this time with a queen 9 of diamonds, just calling.
Keep saying, Vince, queen 9 suited is a better hand than everyone realizes.
Mike with an 8-5, content to see the flop. The flop is a Jack 10-9.
Something for everyone here. Bottom pair and an open-ended straight draw for Benny. open-ended straight draw and a backdoor flush draw for Mike. He picks up a heart on the turn.
Yeah, they checked on the flop.
Both players check again. So let's go to a river. And it is a 7 of spades. That's exactly the card that Mike was looking for. He makes a straight on this river.
Beautiful card from him. He's going to bet 900,000 into Benny.
Mike hasn't made many river bluffs so far in this heads-up match. And I wonder if Benny is going to adjust to that, or will he pay off? He's going to call down here and find out the bad news.
Yeah, Mike's going to like that very much. Benny finally has a look of worry at this final table we haven't seen.
Well, after taking down a couple of pots, Mike Sexton has taken the chip lead here.
Can it be? No, it can't. It's almost impossible for what we've been seeing tonight.
And for the first time tonight, Mike Sexton has the lead in this heads-up match. Ooh, and he's got a pair of 8s to go along with it.
Just calling.
A little surprised that Mike is limping a hand this strong on the button. I don't quite understand.
Disguising the strength of the hand, perhaps. And here we go with the flop. 5-5-6.
It's a good flop for Mike, and actually not a bad one for Benny. He does have a gut shot straight draw to a 7.
Mike bet 700, quickly takes it down. Momentum now going to Mike Sexton. He's trying to stretch out his chip lead. Can't believe what I'm seeing here. Mike's turned it around. And this time Benny with a king jack.
He's got about 14 blinds, so how's he want to play this?
All in?
That's how he's going to play it. Mike with the ladies.
Yes, I call.
Oh!
In the affirmative. Now, Vince, you don't see a lot of emotion at the poker table, but Mike there trying to fight a little back.
I feel like I want to hold your hand.
5 cards to come.
Both these guys on the edge of their seat going to the flop.
It's a queen on the flop.
Great flop for Mike, but still 4 outs for Benny here. He can hit a 10 to make a straight and double up. But if he doesn't, Mike's going to be our champion.
3 of a kind on the flop. Thing of beauty. Here comes the turn. Ace of clubs.
No help to Benny. Still the same 4 outs.
10 and only a 10 will continue this tournament. Otherwise, Mike Sexton, your newest WPT champion.
Deuce of diamonds, it's over. He's done it.
Vince, that is it. We have witnessed history tonight.
We root on our colleague. Just an amazing effort. Benny Chen, what can you say? Bad luck. He'll come in second. Mike Sexton, WPT champion. Let's talk to him. Oh, my God. Great goal. Great goal, Mike.
What a battle.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Mike's very tough. He's a great player. Hats off to him. Congratulations to him. I know I played my best, so that's all. It wasn't in the cards for me, so nothing I can do.
Let's hear it one more time for the great Mike Sexton.
Thanks, Vince. WPT Tournament Champion, I'm coming.
Back to you, Lynn.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
There's the ClubWPT.com chip count. James Romero well out in front with 9.8 million. Ryan Tosoc in second place with 4.4, and that's what they're playing for.
Wow, 1.9 million for the winner, 1,124,000 for second place. That's the Hublot watch. The champ will also get a beautiful timepiece. And we're about to get started with the antes of 5,000, blinds 25 and 50. First to act, Ryan Tosoc.
Yeah, what a youthful final table. 4 guys in their 20s. The two oldest players are 31 years old each.
Alex Condon now next to act. He also folds. Jake Schindler, we've seen him before at a WPT final table. He wants no action.
And the chip leader, James Romero, out as well. Now over to the man from the Ukraine, Igor Yaroshevskyy. He is out.
So Justin Bonomo going to take down the pot.
First hand, we get a walk. I don't think we've ever seen that in the history of the tour.
No, you're probably right, Mike.
Yeah, everybody folding to the big blind. Just doesn't happen much.
On to the next hand. Quick fold by Condon. Jake Schindler wants none of that. James Romero going out. Igor, unattractive 9-7.
Doesn't want to get involved with it.
Justin Bonomo.
Hey.
Yeah, he's going to limp into the small blind with 6-10 of diamonds.
Ryan not going to raise with the threes.
Flop comes Jack 8-5 rainbow. And Justin's going to lead out at this pot.
2 for 2.
And he is going to win it.
Chosen one? Who's the chosen one?
First to act will be Jake Schindler. 27-year-old. He has an ace-deuce, doesn't like it, folds the hand. Romero, our chip leader, also folding into Igor.
Igor Yaroshevskyy, 31 years old. It's 1.9 million in lifetime earnings. Gonna raise it up here with the king 9 of hearts.
This is the hard part of the tournament.
Bonomo folding, and now Ryan Tosoc also folding. Only one to beat is Alex Condon. He's from Vegas, 24 years old, but he likes his action.
Yeah, he's in the big blind with the king queen. He's certainly gonna play. He's just gonna make a call.
King 9 versus king queen. Here we go with the flop. It's a ace 8-6.
Well, it doesn't help either player. Alex has got a key card to king of diamonds. He checks. Well, Igor checks. Very surprised by that, Vince. You just can't assume your opponent would have an ace there. He'd re-raised you before the flop, so surprised he wouldn't make a continuation bet. Now a king comes off. That's going to be really good for Alex. It goes check, check again. Neither player bet their kings. Now the jack of diamonds comes off. Now, you're certainly not going to worry about a flush for Igor if you're Alex, or he would have bet the flop. So he's betting for value here with his king queen, and I believe he's going to get paid off.
Yeah, the bet is 140. Little tickler. And Igor, he's going to make the bad call.
King, queen.
And Alex is going to win this pot with his queen kicker. Both have 2 kings.
Igor looking a little perplexed. Mucks his hand.
Well, Vince, good chance he'd have won that pot had he bet the flop. He didn't do it, and it cost him.
There is Alex's girlfriend, Christina Lindley.
Yeah, quite a poker player herself. In fact, she was the ones to watch on the World Poker Tour back in season 12.
The price of poker has just gone up. That's like Mike's tagline.
Do you have any taglines? What do you stand for? What do you stand for, Bonomo?
Death, destruction, chaos, filth, and greed.
What?
Casual conversation while you're playing for 2 mil.
And the blinds and antes are going up. The antes will be 10,000 now. Blinds are 30 and 60. A lot of folds on this hand. And now it's again around to Condon. And he has an ace-9.
Tosoc, will you tell us more about the plan for tonight?
Win all the money.
No, like after the club. How big is your entourage? What does it consist of?
I have no idea.
No, you know.
I really don't. Changes on a day-to-day basis. All my friends are at the new MGM right now.
All right, forget the clubs. We got a hand going on here.
Well, Condon is going to raise, makes it 190 total. Jake Schindler.
So I'm going to have you join my entourage for the night.
The guys are talking about going out to clubs.
Going to the club. They're playing for $2 million, talking about clubbing right now.
Don't blame them. They're going to make the big bucks they can really spend, Mike. Well, Jake's going to make this call with the little suited connector. Hope to get lucky. And the flop is at ace, king, 5. Nice for Condon.
Alex's parents, Mark and Shelley, drove in from Phoenix to watch him at this final table today. And I think they're going to like the results of this hand for sure. As he leads out and bets his 2 aces, I can't see Jake continuing.
Yep, so 130. Jake has had enough. He's going to muck. And Alex Condon taking this one down. Learned to play poker online when he was living in Sioux City, Iowa. He's made close to $900,000 in lifetime earnings. Pretty impressive. And we move on a few folds into Condon once again, and he looks at an ace-8 this time.
Alex actually finished 17th in this event back in 2013 when he was just 21.
He's going to move it up to 140 to go. Jake Schindler can't play, and now it's on James Romero. And
2 aces in the big blind.
How much are you playing roughly? Am I allowed to ask that? Am I allowed to ask that?
Like 2.5.
Romero is from Portland, Oregon, 27 years old. Everything going right. Let's see what he's going to raise. Total of 355. Into Igor, gets out of the way. Back into the victim.
Alex just with an ace-8 offsuit. Just not the kind of hand you want to play against a raiser, who is the chip leader.
Mike, this is Romero's first WPT event. His biggest cash in his life is only $3,600, and now he's well out in front, gonna take this one down without a sweat. He extends the chip lead.
Well, James giving himself a little cheer for winning that pot.
First to act on eventful 9-10, he's gonna muck.
Action over to Alex Condon.
Got a pair of 10s here.
He's certainly going to raise with this hand.
Blinds at 30 and 60. Let's see the raise. Yes, 140 total.
Alex admitted he was a little bit nervous coming to this final table because there's so much prize money on the line. Absolutely life-changing money.
Well, Jake goes out, and James Romero, the chip leader, with a pair of 6s, making the smart call. He will speculate with it. Igor going away.
Over to Justin.
I looked at your Facebook last night to get reads. I'm serious. Look like you're having fun out
Now
there.
flop comes king, 5-3, all diamonds. Justin checks. Alex, of course, still has the best hand with the 2 10s, but James has 2 6s and the flush draw. A continuation bet. Many people would check in the 3-way action pot with this hand, but not Alex, and it's going to bode well for him as his opponents get out and he takes down the pot. So nice aggression there by Alex. Good continuation bet. Well done.
Yeah, it always feels good when you don't have that great of a flop. You make the bold bet with no diamond, no top pair, and it works out.
Well, they're calling him Akon. Alex Condon. He's got his rooting section up there. So far, so good.
Yeah. On to the next hand, a few folds around to Jake Schindler, who is on the short stack. He's got queen 6, and he can't play that with the button, so he's dwindling away. And now James Romero, our chip leader.
And he's got the ace high.
Yeah, he says that you guys are going away. I'll make a raise to 250. Igor going out, and James Romero will pick this one up.
Thank you, Bonomo. What's up? I was impressed by that hand. You won 5Ks?
Did you say your name right, though? More importantly.
You did?
We started out there with 791 at Bellagio. We're down to these 6. And Ryan, action goes to him. Quick fold. Alex also going away.
And Jake Schindler looking to pick up a hand here.
Will he get one? No.
Hasn't made a hand yet.
Romero with just a 10-8.
He's going to raise it to 150,000. Igor out. And Justin with the ace-9 is going to make the call here and look at a flop.
Flop is in 3-3-8. So the chip leader out flopping Bonomo. And Romero makes the continuation bet. Looks like 100. He's going to get called.
Well, 7 of diamonds comes off. That gives Justin the nut flush draw. He's going to check.
Check, check.
And now a 10 comes off. Really good card there for James. He now has top 2 pair. Justin checks. James has to feel certain he's got the best hand now.
Yeah, he's going to make a bet, 600,000. A value bet, but what's going to be called with? Why make that bet when you get pair out there, diamonds are out there?
You might get paid off by ace high here. I like the bet. Justin gives it up, so James Romero off to a great start here at this final table.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Down to the felt we go. We have a few folds.
It's folded around to Igor. He's out as well. Justin Bonomo has the pink hair, as you can see. Justin's a supporter of non-conformist gender roles and feminism, which is why he wears the pink hair.
Well, with Queen 10, he's just going to call, and Ryan with Jack 8 says, let's see the flop. Well, the flop's an Ace Jack 10.
So Justin with the straight draw and bottom pair checks, and Ryan checks middle pair right behind him. Now both have a pair in the flush draw now. Let's see what happens. Well, again, Justin checks. And again, Ryan checks. Very conservative by both players. Deuce of spade. Well, Justin's going to bet 2 10s here for value, thinking they're the best hand. And I don't blame him for thinking that the way the betting's gone on this hand, but he's going to get looked up with second pair by Ryan with the 2 jacks, and Ryan is going to win this pot with 2 jacks.
Yeah, Ryan Tosoc.
A 26-year-old from Chicago, now lives in Las Vegas. Here's Ryan's parents, Ronaldo and Rosario. They flew in from Chicago to be with their son today.
And we move on. And Jake Schindler now with a pair of 4s on the short stack, Mike. Will he shove it?
Well, he bet 400,000, which is a very big bet. It sends a message to everybody that if you raise me, I'm going to call you all in. So it's the equivalent of an all-in bet, but there's no way he's getting out if somebody sets him all in here. He's bet more than half a stack.
It's difficult.
The only one left is Condon, but he won't give him any action. So finally, Jake Schindler picking up a little pot.
Oh, you do have support.
Everyone's good at that.
Well, there is Andrea and Brendan enjoying themselves at the Dr. Pepper bar.
Well, probably not as much as these guys at the table tonight because they're all making big bucks wherever they finish.
Now Justin Bonomo picking up Ace Jack. He's raised, but he could be in trouble because Ace King is sitting there right behind him with Ryan's hand.
Makes it 350 to go.
No one else can compete. Even Romero, our chip leader, goes out. So back on the man with the Ace Jack, Bonomo.
Well, you don't like getting 3-bet with this hand, but he's going to call and look at a flop.
Here we go with the flop, and it is a big Ace King 3.
This could spell big trouble for Justin. He does have a backdoor flush draw, but he is in dire straits as his opponent's flop top 2 pair, while he just has the 2 aces.
Ryan Tosoc going to make the bet here, 225, and of course Bonomo with aces with the worst kicker.
Yeah, quickly makes the call.
He's got a lot of catching up to do.
Well, he can't catch up now, Vince. He's drawing completely dead.
He is.
He's going to check.
What a nice opportunity for Ryan. Going to check this, though.
Wow.
Give a free card out. 10 of hearts on the river.
Well, there's a possible straight out there, but now Justin checks again. And now Ryan is definitely going to make a bet. Pretty good size bet, 700,000. Vince, because he checked on the turn, Justin's going to pay him off on the river here. And he now sees Ryan has top two pair. Ryan Tosoc is going to take down this pot, much to the delight of his friends and family who flew in from Chicago.
That is a big move for Ryan Tosoc. Ryan Tosoc with an ace-3, makes it 135.
Yeah, Alex with the king-10 going to lay it down. Jake looking to pick up a hand here. He's got the ace-9 of hearts. Well, this could be the one, Vince. He's the short stack.
Well, he's going to raise, makes it 500,000 total. Gets the chip leader to fold.
Well, Vince, he's only got 800,000, so essentially that's an all-in bet without going all in. He's not going to throw it away if he gets that all in.
So back around to the original raiser.
Well, Vince, you hate to double a guy up on a junk hand like this.
Yeah, he's going to lay it down. Jake Schindler going to take this one. He's 27 years old. Plays in big, big, super high tournaments.
It's a big bet.
Big hand.
This is Jake's 8th WPT cash, his second final table. Finished 4th at Choctaw back in 2015. Looking for his first WPT title tonight, but still got a lot of work to go as he's on the short stack.
On to the next hand. Igor, finally with a decent king-10 of clubs. He's 31 years old, out of the Ukraine, and he will raise this up to 130 total.
This is his second WPT final table performance. We saw him back in 2015 when he finished 4th in the LA Poker Classic. He came to that final table as the chip leader, was very nervous about it. Felt it was tough to play as chip leader. He's more comfortable in the middle of the pack here.
Igor's pushing everyone away, but now James Romero, he's into big blind. He's got queen 8 of hearts.
He's also got a lot of chips. So he's going to make the call.
And the flop is a jack 10-5, 2 hearts.
Quite a draw for James. Got a gut shot straight draw and the flush draw, and he's checked. Igor with middle pair checks. Very conservative. 7 of diamonds comes off. Well, I'm guessing James is going to bet here, assuming his opponent might have ace-king or ace-queen, because he didn't bet the flop. Or an underpair where he might throw it away.
Yep, he's going to put the pressure on Igor. 400,000. He's out in front, but he could be outdrawn. He could be behind at this moment. He does not know.
Well, a very conservative lay down and play. Didn't bet the flop. He throws away middle pair on the turn. So aggressive play by James Romero. Picks him up yet another pot.
He's playing really well, rolling over these guys. James Romero looking good at this point, and the blinds are going up to 40 and 80,000 as we move on. Action's going to go to Justin Bonomo.
Well, Vince Igor's played conservative deluxe, I would say. Remember, raised before the flop one hand, it come ace-8-5. He didn't make a continuation bet there, it cost him. He didn't bet second pair here, it might have cost him.
And now the chip leader, James Romero, with just a 6-3 of spades. He's getting a lot of respect at this table.
Well, it's a battle of the blinds.
No.
No. Bad James, no.
James Romero, his first time ever on the World Poker Tour. He's at the final table, dominating. Very exciting.
Well, there you see the ClubWPT.com chip count. James Romero well out in front with 11.7 million. Ryan Tosoc in second place with 5.5, and that's what they're playing for. Mega bucks tonight.
Yeah, 1.9 million to the winner, 1.2 with second place. Big money, very exciting. The antes are 10,000, blinds are 40 and 80. Here we go. Quick fold by Ryan Tosoc.
Vince, not many poker tournaments in the world where 2 guys or more get over $1 million in cash.
All right, it's been folded around to the chip leader, James Romero. He's just got a 9-10, but he'll make it 190 to go.
Yeah, James has been sort of the boss at this final table so far. Came in as chip leader. Still the chip leader, but Justin Bonomo going to look him up here with the Jack-10 of clubs. Justin, an extremely talented pro, highly respected. Has 12.5 million in lifetime earnings. That's incredible for a 31-year-old.
Well, the flop is a king 6-3. Hits neither player. Bonomo checks.
Now let's see if James will make the continuation bet. You'd think he would with this hand because it's going to be hard to win if he doesn't bet.
He's getting the chips out. Yep.
He is going to bet, and Justin's going to go away. Doesn't want to battle the chip leader.
Yep, nicely done by James Romero. He's out of Portland, Oregon.
Thank you. Thank you.
His first ever WPT event, and he is impressive here tonight.
He is. Vince says he likes to read about visionaries, both past and present. And right now, he's got a vision to win that $2 million first place prize.
Good strategy.
He wants to be an entrepreneur in the future, and when you have 1.9 million, you become more of an entrepreneur, I can tell you, than when you're broke.
All right, on to the next hand. We got a few folds around to the aggressive James. He's going to make it 180 to go, but behind him, Igor picking up a hand finally.
I'm all in.
Ooh.
No, it's not.
Push it all in with his ace-king.
Well, you saw James smile there. Igor's just played very conservative thus far,
The lights
and everybody's going to respect him when he makes a big raise, that's for sure.
Everyone going out back on James. He says, okay, you just take that. And Igor taking a hand. He's from the Ukraine. He is 31 years old. He says he plays for the love of the game, not the money. You believe that?
No. Okay. But he does say it. He does love the game. He's been a pro for 8 years. He's like the oldest player at the table. Vince at 31. 4 of these guys in their 20s. Youth prevailing once again on the World Poker Tour, and this time for mega bucks in this tournament.
Well, James has raised with just a 9-10. And Igor, though, with a king, queen of spades, will make the call. On to Bonomo, who has picked up the pair of aces.
All in.
Well, just not going to mess around here. Says, you want to gamble, boys? Let's do it. But he's not gambling because he's got 2 aces.
It's like 1.3. Am I allowed to get a count?
It's like 1, 2, and change.
Those are stacks at 20. You don't. If they're stacks at 20, it's fine.
Oh, there, yeah, make sure. 1.205.
Thank you, Tosoc.
Anything for you. King James.
I'll keep that in mind later.
Well, there's 0 chance he's going to call here, Vince.
You are correct. Back on Igor.
Igor could possibly make this call, Vince. You put him on a pair of 10s or jacks. You might want to race here. But nope, Igor just too conservative. Going to give it up. Justin taking down that pot.
Yeah, he lives in Vancouver, Canada. Grew up in Virginia. He plays in some of the biggest high-stake poker tournaments in the world. Very impressive. Justin Bonomo. The felt James Romero now with Jack 5. Quickly folds. Igor now with an ace-10 of clubs. He's going to raise, makes it 175. Bonomo going out.
Ryan out as well. Alex Condon throws away an ace-10. All these guys know how conservative Igor's been playing, so you're just not going to give him much action unless you got a big hand, but Jake is going to defend out of the big blind with the king-4 spade. And Jake is on the short stack at this table. Flop queen jack 6. Igor flops a gut shot straight draw. Jake checks. And Igor checks behind him. Now an ace comes off. So Igor now with 2 aces and the straight draw. Jake, of course, with a gut shot straight draw, checks again. See what Igor does. Can't imagine he'd possibly check his hand, but he does.
That is shocking.
And look what's happened, Vince. He's got outdrawn on the river by Jake Schindler, who makes a straight. Igor didn't make a continuation bet A, and then B didn't bet when the aces came up, when he was second to act. And now it could get him in dire straits as he now has 2 pair, but his opponent has a straight.
Yep, and Jake is going to pet the 150, and Igor is already kicking himself. Oh, no!
Well, Vince, Igor had nobody to blame but himself for losing that pot. Unbelievable how conservative he played that hand. Didn't bet the flop, but how you don't bet the turn there just is shocking to me.
You let him in, you deserve not to win. Bottom line.
Might be a little gun shy. Last time we saw him on the World Poker Tour, he came to the final table as chip leader, went out in 4th place, so he's taking a conservative route tonight.
We move on. Justin Bonomo going out.
Just nothing makes you feel worse as a poker player, Vince. When you didn't bet when you had the best hand, you give him the free card to beat you, and then you pay him off.
Yeah.
It's just a combination of mistakes, and it just drives you mad.
Well, Alex Condon now.
All in.
And he's going to shove all in with his hand.
The youngest player at the table, 24-year-old Alex Condon, moving all in with ace-10. Folded around to Igor. And Alex going to take the pot down. Well, Alex played in Florida when he was 18. In fact, won back-to-back contests for the under 21 years old. And Vince, he had longer hair then.
A great final table we are seeing here tonight. They're playing for big dollars. And as we move on, a quick muck with a pair of deuces by Condon. They're folding, and now Romero with a king-6 offsuit. We'll make it 260 to go.
Here's James just trying to take command of this table here.
What is it?
It's folded around to Ryan. Looks at 2 5s in the big blind and gets rid of them. So nobody wants to play against a chip leader, Vince. I think they're just waiting for the short stack to go out here. There's about 3 of them now on the short stack. Justin Bonomo, Jake Schindler, and Igor Yaroshevskyy.
Gotta tell you, with a pair of 5s, and he's in second chip position with over 5.3. He didn't even think about mucking that hand. He just did so. That's shocking. And we move on.
Jake gonna raise this one with the queen jack to 175,000. Justin folding a pair of 2s away on the button. Just want 1 or 2 of these short stacks to go out so you can move up possibly a couple 100,000 in real money.
Alex goes out, so a quick win by Jake Schindler. He needed that. Great young poker pros battling at Bellagio. Champ will take home close to $2 million. Big money at stake.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Down to the green on Igor, who's on the short stack at this point. He's got a queen deuce, doesn't like it, throws it away. Bonomo with king jack, also folding.
Well, that's pretty conservative. Well, Ryan Tosoc is going to raise it up with a king-9. Makes it 175,000 to go. Alex out.
It's on Jake.
And Jake Schindler, one of the short stacks, goes out.
James Romero with just a 9-7 can afford to speculate.
Going to defend out of the big blind here.
And the flop is a king-7-6.
Well, James checks middle pair. Ryan has top pair and checks right behind him. And now a jack comes off. 3 spades out there. James does have the flush draw. Ryan with the best hand with 2 kings is going to bet 200,000. Now James is going to make the call here with just 2 7s.
James would like to hit that spade with a flush. Let's see if he gets it.
Well, now the board pairs jacks. Action's on James. Well, he's reaching for betting chips here, Vince. But look what a small bet it is, 150,000. Pot's got 850,000 in it. It's what we call a blocking bet. It's a very small bet because if you check, you don't want your opponent betting a lot more where you're going to pay him off maybe with a pair.
Yeah, this is an astute bet.
It's a very good bet because he's not going to get raised here. He's just going to get called.
Right.
His opponent fearful he might have hit 3 jacks, have a better kicker, maybe made a flush.
Yes, he slowed Ryan down, and Ryan will take the pot. Very nice bet there by James Romero.
Love that blocking bet.
There's Ryan's parents. They flew in from Chicago to watch him. That's got to be exciting.
Ronaldo and Rosario. He just absolutely is thrilled that they came to watch him tonight at this final table. Thrilled to still be here. He's sitting in second chip position right now in good shape.
Yeah, he's gaining confidence. He's raised with queen jack to 180. Couple folds behind him, and even Romero going out. And now it's on Igor.
Ooh, 2 aces in the big blind.
Wow.
Oh, and
he's going to shove.
With his chip stack, you can't blame him, Vince. But Ryan knows he's a very solid player, just not going to double him up on the queen jack, throws it away. So Igor Yaroshevskyy taking down that pot.
And we go back down to the table. Quick fold by Alex. Jake Schindler.
Yeah, Jake, one of the short stacks here too. Looks at the queen eight. Just hadn't picked up any cards tonight. He folds. James Romero not folding the ace eight suited though.
And he's going to raise 185 total. Igor getting out of the way. Justin also going out.
So around to the big blind here. Ryan Tosoc looks down at a pair of threes. He's going to make the call.
There he is.
I'm here.
It's been a while, huh?
That's true.
He's in the flop. It's an ace, ace seven, three of a kind for Romero.
Ryan checks. The crowd oohs and ahs. And James, I'm guessing, is going to bet the three aces after raising pre-flop. There's your continuation bet.
Yeah, very gentle 110.
110.
Well, Ryan does have two pairs. Still got the two threes. In case his opponent's got king, jack suited, king, queen. He's going to make the call, but obviously hoping to hit a three to give him a full house.
Turn card is not very special. 9 of hearts.
Well, Ryan checks again. I think you have to maybe tread water a little bit here if you're James. I know you have three aces, but your opponent called you on the flop.
And he's going to put the pressure on, not slowing down. 230.
Well, Ryan is going to make the call here.
Yeah.
So he's getting in deeper and deeper. We are going to the river. Oh, a three comes off. Lightning in the bottle for Ryan Tosoc. He's got threes full. He checks. Oh, if James bets here, it could be big trouble for him.
Well, he's going to bet
$1 million. He might not want to put all his chips in this pot and go out in sixth place if his opponent's got a bigger full house.
Just going to call. Look at the look on James' face. He can't believe this.
Well, Vince, he should believe it. The guy called him before the flop on the turn. What do you think he's got?
Well, not a pair of threes.
Well, you're right. Ryan Tosoc taking down that pot and a big one.
Strange plays, big moves.
And don't forget drawouts on the river.
That river.
A tell box.
David Peters told you that?
Why would he tell me that?
Action on that chip leader, James Romero.
Here he is first to act with a Jack-9 offsuit now.
Just randomly came up to you.
It's 200?
300. Looks like 300.
3? What's the bet?
Makes it 180 to go, and they are folding behind them.
180, Jake.
Well, Alex does have a pair, but he gets out of the way.
And the only one to defeat now is Jake, and he has a horrible hand. So quick pickup by James Romero.
After losing one big pot, he comes right back, raises under the gun with a Jack-9 offsuit, takes down the pot.
Look at you. You're just in the know. You have a lot of friends, don't you?
Started out this with 791 entries at Bellagio, and we're down to these 6. Here we go. Action's on Igor. Wearing a nice suit tonight, looking good.
Just gives up the ace-3 suited like it was nothing.
Yeah, Justin also going out.
Well, folded all the way around to the blinds. Jake now looks at a Jack-9 offsuit. Looks like he's going to call.
Now James with a king-10.
I check.
And James doesn't push.
Just respect for his opponent, I think, a little.
All right, at the flop comes 10-6-2 with 2 hearts.
Yeah, great flop for James. Top pair. King kicker. Jake is checked. James going to make a small bet.
Yep, 80,000, and he will quickly take down that pot, and he shows it to Jake.
Pocket aces.
He's gonna lie to Igor.
King 10. Jack 10. King 10. Ace.
Thank you. Guy just called me Cupcake. Over the tournament, I've been playing with people I don't know. Their impression of me might not be so positive, but I haven't gone out of my way to make friends, and that's just because I'm focusing on what's going on. There are people who respect me and my play, and some people who don't, but I think that is going to be pretty normal just in life in general.
James, there are no friends at the poker table. They're friends when you're away from the table.
I'll tell you, if you win $2 million, he'll make a few friends. Trust me. Back down to the table, the man in pink, fine player, folds his hand. So does Ryan and Alex. Play goes to Jake, he with an ace-9. He's just gonna call it. And now James with a king deuce of hearts.
And he's in the small blind. He's running good. He's got chips. Big bet by James here. He is raising it. Igor out.
And now Jake with a little bit of a decision.
Oh, Vince, he knows there's no way his opponent's going to put him on an ace because he didn't raise on the button. He's been bullying everybody around all night. I think you have to make this call here.
All the money, huh?
Wow, what a call by Jake Schindler. You just wonder if that look that James gave him was a clue for him to call there.
Nice call.
I don't know if he's really strong. He's just not going to look at him. He's just going to stare straight at the table, but wasn't the case. Jake picked up on it. Great shot to double up for Jake.
Nice call, Jake.
5 cards to come. Jake Schindler, we've seen him once on the World Poker Tour at a final table. This is his second time, and now his life on the line. But he hits an ace on the flop. Ace 5-8.
James now has to hit 2 runners to win this pot.
Wait. I could hit a 4.
They say, don't do that to me. 7 of diamonds, it's over.
So just like that, Jake Schindler doubling up here to get right back in the thick of things in terms of winning this tournament.
Yeah, a little hit for our chip leader.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Well, Ryan's going to raise it here with the Queen Jack.
I think I would have bet James minus 150 on that one.
So you're rooting for...
No, I would have.
For me?
He's just, no, he's guessing on the outcome.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no favorite. He's interested in money.
No, I would have. I said I would have.
Right.
Bet on you.
For betting. He's trying to say that I run really good, and that's why I'm here, and I should be out.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying
All right,
that.
Message received, kid.
Next to act is going to be Alex. He's got a pair of 10s.
I'm saying you're the truth.
Pushes it all in.
No, I should be out though. For real, I should have been out. I should have been out on
going
day
out.
1, like twice.
Even Justin. Ryan folds his Queen Jack.
So Alex Condon going to take down that pot. Tom Marchese, highly respected pro, and his cousin, William Reynolds. They'll be proud of him so far.
Right at the table.
Yeah, composed himself pretty good for a 24-year-old, I'll tell you that.
We go back to it. Quick fold by Jake.
Well, James Romero got the King 5 here, going to raise it up here and stay aggressive.
Yep, he makes it 180 to go, but Igor, with the ladies, picks up the pair of queens.
All in.
There you go, shoving with the queens.
Well, you certainly can't blame him for going all in with 2 queens there. Justin out, Ryan out. And it's folding all the way around to James. Zero chance he's going to put another million in here in this spot with a king 5. At least I don't think so. But you never know. Nope. He goes out. Igor taking down the pot. Igor probably considered the most conservative player at the table. Certainly has played that way tonight. But he's still here with 6 left, fighting it out for the nearly $2 million first place prize.
And the antes are going up to 15,000, and the blinds are 50 and 100, getting expensive. And this time Igor with another strong hand, ace 10.
Pull in.
And he is going to push all in with it. Will he get any play?
Trust me, when you move all in under the gun with ace 10, you don't want any action. You're just happy to pick up the blinds and antes.
No one could compete so far.
Party time.
Oh, and now it's James with the 2 queens who makes the call. So the last hand, Igor had the 2 queens. He won the pot because nobody called him. Now he's up against 2 queens. And if he doesn't outdraw them, Igor is going to be out in 6th place.
King, queen, jack.
I take it.
And not good so far for Igor. 7 deuce deuce on the flop. James out in front with the ladies.
Yep, Igor going to have to catch running deuces, running 10s, or an ace to take the lead.
I bet it's a club.
Going to 4th Street. Can he hit his ace?
That's a 9, so we are down to the river. Igor must catch an ace on the river, or he will be our 6th place finisher.
Can Igor pull off the miracle?
Nope, it's a 3. So that's going to do it for the man from Ukraine, Igor Yaroshevskyy, out tonight in 6th place.
Yeah, a real gentleman, wonderful player, going to take home $268,000. He is our first victim at Bellagio. Let's talk to him.
Congratulations, Igor. Great week here at Bellagio. $260,000. Are you happy with your performance?
Да, я очень рад. Это была прекрасная неделя. Мы обязательно еще увидимся. Всем спасибо. Играйте в покер.
Felt Jake Schindler with a pair of kings.
On the button, you're just hoping to get action here. $225,000 to bet by Jake.
And Romero goes out, and Bonomo with just a jack 7 of hearts.
Well, it's going to cost him another $125 to make the call when he does so. That's going to leave him with just about $1 million left is all. 10 big blinds for Justin. But let's see what happens on the flop. Well, it's 8-4-3, no help at all for Justin. He's going to check. Jake, happy to see no ace came on the flop. Certainly going to bet, just a matter of how much.
$225.
And Justin, with no part of this flop, is going to have to give it up. So Jake Schindler, who was struggling on the short stack most of the time at this final table, is now in 3rd chip position.
Oh, I'm looking at Jake. He's on a heater. Let's wait till his heater is over, then get him. I don't want him joining the 4 million chip club.
Yeah, Jake is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He's 27 years old. He's made over $7.4 million in poker earnings. It's on Jake again after one quick fold. And Jake this time with a pair of 7s.
And Jake has had 8 WPT cashes. This is 2nd final table.
He's made it 225 to go. And now Bonomo, all in. A pair of 5s. He's going to shove all in.
Well, you can't blame him, Vance. With this chip stack, you have to do it. You hope your opponent was making a light raise or has 2 overcards where you can race.
How much?
Unfortunately for Justin, his opponent has 2 7s, and I don't see him getting out for the remaining chips that Justin has. He does make the call, and he has Justin completely dominated, as we say, pair over pair. It's as good as you can do, getting the money in pre-flop.
Yeah, Justin Bonomo on the ropes, a big dog at this point, and here comes the flop. It's a 7 jack queen, 3 of a kind there for Jake. Bonomo looking bad.
It's a 7. You're good.
No, I'm seeing if there were 2 spades.
You're a huge favorite here.
Is he? How can you tell?
Let's burn and turn. And it's an ace of diamonds.
That's going to do it for Justin Bonomo. Drawing dead. As Jake Schindler hits the slot machine on the flop, the 3-7s to take down the pot to eliminate one of the greatest poker players in the world, Justin Bonomo, out tonight in 5th place.
Yeah, he's a great player, fun to watch. 345,000 he picks up. We'll have to talk to him now. He's out of here.
Justin, you came in here 3rd in chips tonight. Are you disappointed with this finish?
Yeah, I'm extremely disappointed. I thought I had a really good chance at this final table and wish I was still playing.
At this point in your career, you've had a lot of success. Are you playing for the titles or for the money?
Definitely both. I would have to say money comes first. I'm not rich enough to not care about $2 million. But, you know, titles are pretty sweet too.
Now James Romero is the chip leader with 4 players to go. One is going to take home close to $2 million tonight. All right, now this time, James Romero with ace-jack. Makes it 225 to go. Ryan behind him with a little suited connector, 4-5 of spades.
That's the kind of hand you like to see flops with. He's going to 3-bet it here to 575,000.
Yeah, he's getting fancy. And now Jake Schindler also with an ace-jack.
Oh, man, so most people would just jettison that hand right away when it got raised and re-raised, playing 4-handed. You want somebody to go broke here. Jake is getting out raising chips. It's like he's picked up a tell on Ryan.
Boom.
That he's 3-betting weak, and he does 4-bet it to 1.3 million.
James goes out, and now Ryan can't really call with this.
Nope, he'll be going out as well.
Yeah.
So well done by Jake Schindler. Vince, I'm telling you, most players would just throw that hand away immediately in that spot. But instead, he 4-bet to pick up the pot. That's why this guy's got 7.4 million in career earnings, and that number's going up tonight, just a matter of how much.
If there are like other dimensions, in another dimension, you finish in 4th.
Wow. Don't know what that means, but they have a nice little chit-chat banter going on, kidding each other, laughter and mirth. And right now, Alex, with a queen 9 of clubs, has pushed all in. Jake going out.
1.1. 1.1? 1.15.
James
7.
has a pair of 5s.
James quickly calls it. It's a race situation. The 2 overcards versus the under pair. James has the 2 5s. If they hold up, Alex will be our 4th place finisher.
Yep, Alex Condon. The dream very much alive.
A lot of fans in the stands rooting for him here.
And the flop is a King Jack 8.
What a sweat.
Yeah.
You see these signs? They're on point. He's got way more signs than me.
Well, an ace comes off.
Not much change.
So Alex down to the river. Must catch a queen, a 10, or a 9. Nothing else will do.
Yep, otherwise James Romero will knock out another player.
9 of hearts.
Extend his chip lead. It's all coming down to this card.
Well, James Romero's buddies trying to root him on. Want the 2 5s to hold up. Let's see if they do.
Here is the river. It's a 7.
It's a 7. So that's going to do it for Alex Condon, the youngest player at the table at 24. Originally from Sioux City, Iowa, now lives in Las Vegas. Out tonight in 4th place.
That's right, Mike. The Condon breaks. He's going to take home $494,000. Let's talk to him.
Alex, a great run this week, almost $500,000, but you seem pretty disappointed.
I'll be happy with it in a few days, probably.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
There's the ClubWPT.com chip count. James Romero out in front with 11.4 million. Ryan Tosoc in second place, 7.1, and Jake Schindler in third with 5.1 million.
And the winner's going to get close to $2 million here in Vegas tonight. There's the Hublot watch. The champ will also win. And the blinds are 50 and 100 at this point with a $15,000 ante. Here we go. Action on James Romero.
And he's been the most aggressive player at the table by far tonight. Going to raise it up on the button here with a 9-7 offsuit. Makes it $250,000 to go.
Ryan
calling out of the small blind with the ace high. And Jake now getting a lot of value here.
Jake's got 5 mil. You got 6 mil.
Dude, you don't know about me.
I could probably have 13.
I have like 7 million.
Just going to make the call. So we're going to have three-way action here in a three-way poker game.
You have 7?
Yeah, dog.
The flop is ace, 7, 5, 2 diamonds. Good flop for Ryan there, and he's going to lead right out into the pre-flop razor. Bets 300,000. Jake goes away. James trying to figure out why is he leading out into me. I'm the one that raised before the flop.
Okay.
Let me make a call here and see what happens.
Going to the turn, and it is a 6, giving aces and 6s to Ryan.
Oh, lightning for Ryan here. He's going to check him. He's setting the trap. James is falling right in with both barrels. Wow, 1.8 million. The pot has less than 1.4 million in it. That's an automatic tell that a guy doesn't have that good a hand.
Wait a second, he has folded the hand.
Wow.
It's impossible.
What? How do you lay down aces up there? You have to put your opponent specifically on 3 5s or 3 7s.
Fold 2 pairs.
For real?
Of course.
I know that voice.
I am in shock. Ryan threw that hand away. I just can't believe it, Vince. I mean, there was your shot to win the tournament, maybe, right there. To take the chip leader way, way down, and he didn't do it. Let him win a pot. He should have never won.
Sometimes wonderful players make horrible mistakes. As we move on, Ryan has raised to 275 with a junk hand, 9-3.
Stepping it up.
And a pair of 3s
You have
for James.
A little over.
Okay.
James just
What do you
makes
got?
the call.
13-ish.
Ooh, baby. Squirrel.
And the flop is an A7 deuce.
Check.
2 clubs, so Ryan has a 4 flush.
James quickly checks the 2 3s.
Ryan bets 300.
Well, James going to make the call, Vince. He got burnt when his opponent had 2 3s earlier, and that was Ryan when he made 3s full on the river. He's going to try to suck out on him this time.
Check.
8 of diamonds on the turn. Ryan didn't get there, but he's getting the chips out again.
Well, Vince, I like this bet the second time. You can't check. You almost signal what you have then. But I can't believe James is making this call on the turn. Yet he's right. The 2 3s are the best hand at the moment. And there's the club, the dream card for Ryan. Ryan is just hitting all kinds of cards. Some of them he's throwing away, but he's not going to throw this one away.
Check.
Well, again, James checks. And Ryan now reaching for how many chips? Well, 675,000, not much into a pot that's got 2.4 million in it. No, all James can beat is a stone 3-barrel bluff. How many guys are going to 3-barrel bluff the chip leader with 3 players left in the tournament?
Unless James wants to make the hero call, and he does, and he's going to be punished for it.
Flush.
Ryan taking down a nice pot.
Nice hand.
Jake Schindler from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 27 years old, to act first. He likes his king jack. He's going to make it 250 to go.
Just about everybody would raise on the button with that hand.
James takes a break.
Well, Ryan's not taking a break, Vince. He's getting out 3 betting chips. He is re-raising here with a king 3 offsuit. You have to admit this guy's graph of playing goes up and down. Throws away aces up on a turn, and now is re-raising with a king-3 offsuit here.
And Jake has made the call. So we're going to see the flop. It's a queen-jack-9. So Jake hitting jacks.
And a gut shot straight draw, but Ryan with the same gut shot straight draw. Can't blame him for making a continuation bet, just hoping to get it through. $525,000 to bet. Jake just staring him down. He does make the call. And that should put the caution lights on.
7 of hearts on the turn.
Well, Ryan's going to check this time. And Jake with a pretty decent hand, but you'd hate to bet and then your opponent move in on you where you have to throw it away, so he checks also. Now a deuce comes off. Jake going to like to see that card, because if his jacks were good before, they're certainly good now. And again, Ryan checks. Jake checks right behind him. And is going to win the pot with 2 jacks. So Ryan feeling a little frisky there before the flop.
No respect.
Well, there you see some of our lovely Royal Flush crew at the Dr. Pepper Bar.
Jake Schindler plays in some of the biggest super high roller tournaments in the world, so he's used to playing for tremendous stakes.
Yeah, for one guy at the table, it's not going to bother in terms of the size of the money at stake here. It's going to be Jake Schindler.
350.
And now James Romero is going to raise with his queen-10.
About.
And Ryan is just going to call on the big blind here with king-10 of clubs. It seems like Ryan plays different against the chip leader than he does anybody else.
Check.
Flops a king-9-6, great for Ryan.
Gut shot straight for James. 300,000 to bet by Ryan. He turns his head away and makes the call.
Doesn't want to look.
Check.
Now a queen comes off, so possible straight, possible flush out there. I think that card might scare Ryan just a little bit, but doesn't look like it. He's making a healthy bet here, 650,000. And again, he's getting called by James. James now has second pair in the get shot straight draw. And now another queen comes off.
Check.
James makes 3 queens. He checks one more time.
Nice check, man.
Ace queen.
What you got? One time for the fans, your family.
Wow.
Well, if I was Ryan, I would have showed him the king there. Now James is going to think he played the hand good. Calling him with 2 queens when he was way behind.
Action's on Ryan. He's got a pair of queens here, and he's going to make it 250 to go. Jake won't give him action. James is going to slop around with a 9-6. So 9-6 versus the queens, and wow, it's a 9-8-2, so James getting a piece of that.
Yeah, he could get in trouble flopping top pair here.
James has checked.
Ryan not getting away from the queens with that flop, I can promise.
James happy to call.
Now the board pairs 8s. And now James is going to lead out. Just wants to see if his opponent was making a continuation bet with 2 overcards or not. And now he gets the message that he has something. Now the 7 of spade comes off, so possible straight, possible flush, possible everything out there now.
Check.
Let's see if Ryan gets a value bet in here. About 1.8 million in the pot. He bet 600,000.
Nice hand.
Yeah. Well, James says nice hand before his opponent even turns up his cards as he makes the call with the 9s up, and he was right. Ryan has the 2 queens, going to take down the pot.
Is it 800? Yeah.
How much are we guaranteed?
740 or something.
740. 740, 1.1, 1.8.
Yeah, no chops.
No chops.
Play it out.
I can buy groceries for at least a few years.
Oh man, this is gonna be great.
What are the blind?
Dude, if you win this,
It's 120.
That's 120.
60, 120, 120K.
I sensed what you just did there, and I don't like it.
And action's going to James Romero. King 6 of clubs. He is going to raise with the King 6, makes it 275. Ryan with Ace 7 of clubs.
And he's going to 3-bet with it this time. Jake gets out of their way. See how stubborn James gets. He's going to 4-bet with a King 6, Vince.
And Ryan has to run home.
What a play by James Romero there.
Nothing. You had nothing.
I had something.
I like the 3-bet there by Ryan, but the 4-bet by James, even better.
Now he's got a Jack-9, he's raised. And Ryan behind him with Ace 7 of clubs. Looks like a re-raise. Yes, it is, up to 750 total.
Well, he makes the call. James does not give up chips if he's got some in there.
Big pot.
Oh, a great flop for James. He's flopped top pairs. It comes 9-4-3.
Ryan's going to check.
Check.
Now a 7 comes off.
And that gives Ryan 7s, and he's going to check it.
Well, James is now going to bet the 2 9s, confident they've got to be good. 650,000. You've got second pair with top kicker. You have to call here.
River card, nothing deuce.
So the board runs out perfectly for James here.
Ryan's checked again, and now James.
I think you have to bet top pair here, not even much worry about it. And it looks like 870,000 is the bet. And Ryan is certainly going to pay it off. His opponent checked the flop, remember. You're not going to put him on 2 9s because of that. So you pay him off on the river. James Romero extending his lead.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Razor with a King 3 offsuit. 280,000.
Ryan goes out, and now Jake with a Queen 7.
Yeah, you have to defend with these kind of hands against this guy that raises every pot.
I saw your cards.
Yeah, flop is 10-9-4, no help to either player. Jake checks.
Check.
And James checks right behind him, a little puzzled by that. Now a jack comes off, giving Jake an open in straight draw. He's going to check it. Now James, who didn't bet the flop, is reaching for betting chips here with just a gut shot straight draw, but not a big bet, 165,000. He's going to raise it, 700,000. James has to give it up.
Thank you.
Jake just has uncanny reading ability, in my opinion, of players, Vince. It's easy to see why this guy's so successful. He just has a great knack of when to take a pot away from a player.
And we move on to the next hand. Action on Jake. He's got ace-jack this time, and he's raised to 275. James gets out of the way. And Ryan looking down at a pair of kings.
But he just calls with them, Vince. Doesn't re-raise.
And the flop is a jack 10-5.
Well, again, Ryan checks. Oh, this could spell doom for Jake. He checks top pair, top kicker, and now hits top 2 pair. What an incredible turnaround right here. Well, again, Ryan checks.
Check, check.
Now a 10 comes off. Now Ryan's going to bet kings for value here, Vince. He thinks for sure they got to be the best hand.
Yeah, 325.
And obviously Jake's going to be concerned his opponent made 3 10s on the river, in which case he's going to kick himself for not betting earlier. And you want to punish yourself sometimes by calling to see if that's the case, but it's not. He now turns up the ace-jack. Both players are going to be surprised what their opponent turns up. Look at Ryan's face. And Jake's going to have the same feeling, knowing he didn't get re-raised before the flop or bet on the flop.
I like playing the bigger events because the players are really tough and you learn new things. You pretty much just have to play your A game. Like, there's no autopiloting whatsoever. You have to be zoned in or you're just not going to do well. I enjoy that.
That's why I play the smaller events where the players are really weak.
Guess I would have lost that hand, right? Would have had to have lost that hand. Would have had to have lost that hand.
Action on James. Ace, queen of clubs. Beautiful hand. He's going to raise to 280.
All in.
Ryan behind him with a pair of 10s. He's going to shove it all in.
Well, Jake goes out, and the snap call here by James. This is standard play here by both players. It's come down to a race. The question is, who's going to win it?
Ryan Tosoc, his poker life on the line. Up against James Romero.
You're due to lose this one once in a while.
I would say 1 time, but I've used that like 10 times already.
Well, you don't feel bad about getting your money in before the flop with these hands.
Here is the flop. It's a simple 7-4 deuce.
All right, so far so good for Ryan. He must win this pot to stay alive.
Yep, he's on the short stack, dangling in there.
There we go. We got this. Come on.
Three clubs.
Queen. 1 time.
Well, the board pairs deuces. We are down to the river.
Come on.
10 of clubs. 10 of clubs. Come on.
Just root against an ace or a queen.
Did you have the 10 of clubs?
Ace on the river. Here we go.
Last card.
It's a 4. So there you go. Ryan Tosoc is doubled up here to get right back in the thick of things.
The antes are up to 25,000. Blind 75, 150. Let's go to the felt. Jake Schindler looks down at a queen 9.
Going to bet 300,000 here. James Romero with a massive chip lead. He's got just about 10 million more chips than both of those two guys put together.
Yep, he's got a nothing 9-6, but he's going to get aggressive with it and make a raise. Goes to 825. Ryan out, Jake out. Well done, James.
Yep, got both players out, and both had a better hand than him. And that's the kind of pressure he's been putting on him.
Thank you. Thank you. Just have no clue what I have, and they're telling me nice hand.
Mo, Larry, and Curly.
They're trolling me that my dad's not here. It's really low.
Well, James Romero finally folds a hand.
All right, Ryan this time with a king deuce.
So Ryan's going to raise it up to 450,000. And Jake now with the 2 4s. He's just relieved that James is out of a pot. He didn't have to worry about him on his left.
All in.
Well, there it is. Read him perfectly, Vince. Moves in with the 2 4s and takes down the pot. I'll tell you, Jake Schindler is as good at reading hands and people in a poker game as I've seen in a while.
All right, with a quick fold by Ryan, and now Jake with a pair of 6s.
He just limps in.
How much do you have?
The last time he limped in the small blind, he had ace-9. He got James to move all in with king high.
Oh.
And James has king high again.
450.
And he's going to raise it.
Yeah.
Just to 450,000.
All in.
Whoa, he's gone all in.
Now this scares you a lot more than the guy raising to start with and then re-raising.
Yeah, 400.
When guys limp in and then shove, makes you tremble just a little, doesn't it, Vince?
I don't know if I can fold this.
James would be in a race situation.
You have 4 million, and you limp, shove. 3.5 behind. Three into 8.
I'm calling the clock. He's gonna make the call.
He does make the call, and we're gonna have a race. 2 sixes versus a king jack. Jake Schindler must win this pot to stay alive in this tournament.
Yeah, he was down to the short stack early on at the final table. Battled back courageously to be a real threat here.
This kid's the truth, man, bro.
Well, Ryan's elated, of course, because if Jake goes out, he's automatically a millionaire.
So here we go.
A king right on the flop. Jake needs to catch a 6 or 2 runners to make a straight. Otherwise, we'll be down to heads up.
Disappointment, frustration by Jake. Going to the turn. 8 of diamonds.
Well, Jake needs a 2-outer, obviously, to win the pot. Must catch a 6. Odds against him. Can he do it? It's a deuce. So there it is. Ryan high-fiving the crowd because he is now a millionaire himself. So Jake Schindler, one of the top pros in the world, started this final table in last chip position. Battled hard tonight, Vance, but eventually out in 3rd place.
Did Jacob pick up $736,000 for his 3rd place finisher?
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
This time with a queen 3.
You see that? No. 325.
Blinds at 75, 150. Ryan with a strong ace-queen behind him.
Yeah, this is going to get 3-bet for sure.
All in.
There it is. James has to run away. Ryan shows the ace-queen.
So Ryan's got a long journey back to take down this title, but it can be done.
Right now, Matt Savage over to talk to Ryan's parents.
Did you ever dream you were going to see him at the final table playing for almost $2 million?
No, but when he said, Mom, I'm going to move to Las Vegas, I said, no, you stay here. Then my oldest son, his brother, because there's 2 of them, he said, Mom, he's 25 years old, let him go. I said, okay.
Well, this has to be very exciting for you. Congratulations, and I'm sure you're going to have a good time tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Well, they have to be very proud of Ryan. Worst he's going to do is take home $1.1 million. And now he picks up 2 aces. After he just had ace-queen the last hand, he's going to bet $325,000. Quickly called by James with the king 10.
What a good time to get a rush. And the flop is a jack 7 deuce.
Check.
No help for James.
He checks. Ryan going to bet the overpair here. $275,000. James is calling here. That puzzles me. Out of position. Now the board pairs jacks. Again he checks. And Ryan going to bet $600,000 this time. Just hoping his opponent didn't hit 3 jacks there, but you have 2 aces. You're going with it here for sure. But James has no hand, no draw. As you can see, 0% chance to win the pot, yet he calls again. So whatever money he's putting in the pot now is just saying goodbye to. And the 4 clubs comes off. Oh, now he makes one of those blocker bets again. $300,000 into a pot that's got about $2.5 million in it.
All in.
But Ryan not buying it. Moves all in over the top of him. And that should do it for James. Yep, he throws his hand away. You just think, Vince, with that big chip lead, would you really want to jeopardize chips with King 10 offsuit?
Well, he plays by his guts. These young players on the cusp of a major title. Here we go. 9 deuce for James.
Well, he's not changing his style, Vince. Staying aggressive, raises to 325,000 with the 9 deuce offsuit. Ryan going to call him with the King 4.
And the flop is an 8-8 deuce, so James Romero out flopping, gets deuces.
Made 2 pair on the flop with that junk hand, so why not bet 200,000?
Ryan from Chicago is going to make this call. Just king high. He's splashing around, hoping to get lucky, but not there. An 8 hits, so 8's full of deuces there for James Romero.
Well, Ryan checks again. James is never going to put him on a pair because he didn't re-raise before the flop. So he's got to feel his 8's full of deuces are the best hand right now. 500,000.
Gonna put a little pain in the game for Ryan. If you want to call, you're gonna have to pay, but he's gonna pay.
Well, Ryan thinks there's a possibility the king high might be good here.
River card, no help for Ryan as a 7 hits. He's gonna check again. You put in the value bet if you're James. Makes a bet, 1.2.
Well, that's a big bet, Vince. Over half the size of the pot. Gonna make it tough on Ryan to call here with just king high. Nope, Ryan's gonna give it up. So James Romero extends his chip lead in this heads-up battle.
Yeah, it's just incredible. James's first WPT event ever. He's mostly a cash game player, but he's played with such power tonight and aggression.
Well, his hobby likes to read, he says, about visionaries, past and present. And right now, he's the visionary that all poker players in the world would like to be, sitting there with this monster chip lead, playing for about 2 mil.
Well, we got ace-5 for Ryan. Didn't raise, and James content to see a flop with a queen 3. It's a king 9-3. So 3s for Romero, outflopping Ryan once again. He's going to check.
Well, Ryan's going to make the continuation bet here of 150,000. James makes the call with bottom pair.
Going to the turn.
Well, now a queen comes off.
Check.
It is a queen of diamonds, possible straight and flush out there, but James has 2 pair.
And he's checked it. Wants to trap Ryan, and he's getting him to bet the ace high.
Well, Ryan bets 400,000. I would set him in with 2 pair here. If he can beat this, good luck to him. But James is just calling. So we are going to the river here. Now the board pairs 9s. Now that's not a good card for James. Oh, he's making one of those other blocking bets, Vince.
But Ryan has no interest in calling that, and James gonna pick that one up. Getting closer and closer to the title. His name on the Champions Cup, the Hublot watch, and the close to $2 million for the first place prize. And we move on. A pair of 5s by Ryan says all in. And look at this, a pair of kings for James.
Wow, pair over pair for what could be the title for James Romero. He's at 4-1 favorite to win this pot, take this title, and put $2 million in the bank.
It is a dream come true. James can't believe it. He's going to his friends.
I run okay. I run okay.
Positive thinking.
Oh my God.
It is not over, folks. I know they're all excited now, but guys have been there for over and over. They know anything can happen, and you don't start cheering till the boards run out and you have the best hand.
All his good friends ready to party after if this should work out right now.
I bet 50K and 5 is good.
King and window.
Flop is at ace jack 9.
Great flop for James. Ryan must catch a 5 to win this pot. Nothing else will do. Well, James realized how close he is to win a WPT title.
4 on the turn. Romero's still safe. Hope running out for Ryan.
Here you go. We are down to the river. Ryan has 2 outs. Must catch a red 5. Nothing else will do for him. If the Kings hold, James Romero will be our champion.
Championship card coming up right now.
Let's see it.
A 6. There it is. James Romero has done it. He's gone wire to wire for the title, Vince. Congratulations to him.
Romero is the champion. Takes home close to $2 million. But right now, let's go talk to the runner-up, Ryan.
Ryan, you experienced a lot of the ups and downs in poker. How are you feeling right now?
Extremely lucky. I'm happy. Every time you enter a tournament and you final table, like, you should feel lucky.
Well, looks like you got $1 million smile.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.